Do you want to leave a little nugget for the Villanova game? We'll obviously talk about it at the start of the show, so you already heard what happened, but let me just get your confidence level and maybe a prediction right now so that we can go back and laugh. On today's Pardon My Take, it is March Madness time. We're going to talk about what we watched Conference Championship week. We got a crazy Bears trade at the end of the night. Aaron Rodgers Conspiracy Theory Hour. What else do we got? We have Andrew Santino. Incredible interview with Andrew Santino, our good friend. Second time on. Great talking to him. We're going to do Fyre Fest, and it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. The thrill and excitement of March Mania is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps, is giving new customers a shot to turn $5 into $150 instantly in bonus bets with any college basketball bet. That's right. To celebrate college basketball's most frenzied time of the year, DraftKings is giving new customers a shot to rack up some bonus bets. We got everything tomorrow. There's so many games tomorrow. I'm going to look real quick. And give you guys something that I'm just looking at. It's not advice because we're not doing advice. UConn St. John's over. That looks nice, 146.5. And if you're not in Illinois, my Badgers are hot again, so watch out for them. DraftKings also is live in North Carolina. UNC is playing tomorrow, so get in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code TAKE. The crown is yours. Go right now. Use that code TAKE. You can get $5 and you get up to $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code TAKE. Okay, let's go.
Hey, football guy. Patino. AWL. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take. Yeah. Pardon my take.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code TAKE at the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. You can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code TAKE. Today is Friday, March 15th, and some bubbles have been burst. Duke's bubble has been burst. They lose to North Carolina State. No, this is full disclosure for the AWLs. We could get a little loopy here because we just watched 12 hours of basketball nonstop. My eyes feel like they're going to fall out of my head. I love every second of it. That's not a complaint. It is more of an explanation if my words don't work correctly.
We could do without overtime, though. Those are the seconds I could do without. Overtime is a sword to the stomach if you have any sort of action. Because you never win an overtime bet.
No.
Never. It's always
Dogs go
on
to
the wrong
die.
side. Dogs die there. Unders go to die there. We should probably talk about.
I want to listen. That Villanova game was tough to watch.
Yeah.
For our guy Max, and we went through the DePaul game last night. Let's all just go around the room and say something nice about Max.
He's powerful.
I am proud of how Max fought in that game.
Best hair on the podcast.
Ooh, nice, Jake.
He makes watching March basketball so much more entertaining.
You can say March Madness.
well, it's not March Madness.
Okay, well, it is March Madness. It's March, and we got Madness.
Well, that's next week.
Yeah.
Champ week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Memes.
He's strong.
Yeah. Max, say something nice about yourself.
Pass.
Okay.
What is Pug? Ask Pug for something nice.
Pug's not in here.
Yeah, just text him, though.
Yeah.
Send him a text. Max, I also admired how you fought tonight. We had subdued Max. Would you call yourself Monday Max?
Monday Max.
Tried to tone it down a little bit. The fire escaped, but that's fine. Some of the fire is good, I think. But I'm proud of the way that you held your own against Rico.
Yeah, you did a good job, and you fought hard, Max. And here's something. Here's something else, Max.
This is sad.
Okay. All right. Here's something else, Max. That I'm gonna say. Do you know the movie What About Bob? Have you ever seen the classic What About Bob? No.
Bill Murray.
Okay. Bill Murray. Classic movie.
70s?
80s. Shut the fuck up, Hank.
Thank you.
here's just the premise. So forget about what about Bob, but it's essentially like when you walk around and everyone is like, that guy's crazy, and finally you have something happen where everyone's like, no, maybe he's not crazy. Max, Kyle Neptune sucks at coaching basketball. You are not crazy. He got absolutely worked by Shaka Smart. The fact that he didn't call a timeout with 30 seconds left in the game when his team, like, eliminate the fact that maybe you say, hey, let's let the boys play. We have something drawn up. His team was staring at him, looking for direction. The point guard brought it to where they usually call the timeout, and he was like, nah, just keep playing. That guy is not a good basketball coach. Jay Wright would have won that game. It was disgusting. And Shaka Smart, I know it didn't count, but the play that he called, the fact that he had the ball inbounded past half court, timeout, to a perfectly drawn up play for the buzzer beater that didn't count, but still, that was the disparity in coaching. So you're not crazy, Max. Kyle Neptune's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that feel good?
I watched it all year. We lost 5 games by one possession. Every time we had a chance to win a game, we didn't do it unless it's against DePaul. Like, it was,
Which that was tough. That was a tough fight.
I'm not going to say that Kyle Neptune was looking at the spread, but I will say the way he reacted when that shot was waved off, when they spent like 3 minutes reviewing the last second shot by Marquette. Turns out it was maybe on his pinky. I don't know. I still don't know whether it was on his pinky or not.
I think
they overturned that one.
I think his salary is going to cost a lot more than whatever bet he must have had on that.
Which is why I'm not saying that he bet on it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that he acted like a man who did after they waved that off. The look on his face when he found out it was going to overtime, utter disappointment. He did not call a timeout on their last attempt in regulation to win the game. He did, however, call a timeout in overtime, down 6 points, with an opportunity to cover the spread.
Yeah.
He called that timeout, but he didn't call the first. I'm just saying, I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Does that make sense? Not going to say it. Yes, Hank.
His facial hair is impressive. Pug.
Oh, nice. Okay. Max, here's another spin zone for you. I think with what happened against DePaul and the fact that we've had a few bid stealers going down, I think you would have probably been out no matter what, and it would have sucked to have to get your hopes up after a win and then watch on Sunday and they don't announce Villanova's name.
We've dominated Providence this year.
Okay, but I'm still saying.
We beat them by 25 and then 15.
Yeah, that actually does suck because Providence was incredible against Creighton.
If we beat Providence and go to the Big East final, you can't keep us out.
Yeah, that was a big upset.
The good news is you had low expectations tonight, though.
Providence,
so you didn't get hurt that bad.
Yeah.
Providence played very, very well, beat Creighton. We also had NC State taking down Duke. John Shire, hot seat?
Maybe. He was sweating on the sidelines.
Well, it's classic Duke fans. They were immediately just talking about how awesome their recruiting class is.
It was also classic Duke because after the game, they did post the final score on Twitter.
Yep.
But they locked the comments.
Yep.
Classic college shutting down free speech in America. A little bit of that going on these days.
They ended up unlocking the comments.
You can unlock a comment?
Yeah. Well, everyone was, myself included, I just quote tweeted and said, turn the replies back on, cowards.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they just left it locked so that we can continue to roast them for it.
Yeah, no, it's way worse to unlock.
When you post the final score without posting, without opening up the comments, that's worse than not posting the final score.
Yeah.
That's saying, like, I know you're about to make fun of me. Please
right.
Don't do this.
Right. I'm soft and I need a safe space away. Just don't even post the final. Well, no, that would be a problem too.
I think it's better that they just don't post the final score than if they post it and then shut it down.
I think we're going to get to a point with social media that like teams are going to start doing like final score graphics. You know how there sometimes will be sponsors attached?
Yeah.
They're going to be like final score graphic, sponsor attached. Here's this child's GoFundMe, they have cancer.
And they'll tag the child in.
Yeah.
So the child gets all the replies.
Because for some reason, it's such a hilarious thing that these social media accounts, whether they don't post the score or they turn off the replies, who the fuck cares? If you run the Duke account, you don't have to read the replies.
Yeah.
Just post it and just go on with yourself.
Yeah, what's the issue with it? They just don't want people seeing. They don't want their fans to have to read those replies.
It's crazy. It's like the softest thing ever. I don't understand it. It's like why not just post it? It happened. So yeah, we had some great basketball. We had some crazy finishes. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, Kansas lost last night. Kansas is down bad. It's weird seeing Kansas and Duke eliminated in the first round of their tournaments because usually Kansas is like that is the Bill Self Invitational most years in the Big 12.
Yeah, we had St. John's advancing.
Yep.
And I saw several times during the game, Rick Pitino does, in fact, talk to the referees.
Yep.
I think he may have pulled the wool over eyes on that one. But, yeah, good for St. John's. Big East tournament's been very fun so far.
Big East tournament's been a lot of fun. Johnny Fanta texted me. By the way, great job by John Fanta, pumping up Red Panda. That was great. Just two of the best people in the world in one clip. But Rick Pitino said after the game, we have to play a different style in March, and it's called racehorse basketball. It takes the pressure off of you and allows you to play freely.
They also asked him how he can beat UConn, and he said, well, I need 6 of their guys to get COVID.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
We also had a very weird encounter after the Providence game. A reporter asked if Kim English is married because he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
So that was weird. What else? My Badgers might be back.
They look good today.
That was crazy.
They didn't miss.
They hit every single three.
They didn't miss. The Badgers were on fire.
They did the one thing
you don't want
that's
to play
gonna,
these Badgers.
They did the one thing that's going to get me back in. They started hitting threes again.
Yeah.
Because I think in the month of February, they were like 15% from 3 points. And today they just hit everything. There was one point it was 80-40 against Scott Van Pelt's Maryland Terrapins. And I'm going to fall back in love, which sucks.
Yeah, Maryland looked awful.
Yeah.
They've looked pretty bad. They looked bad even when they won against Rutgers, but they managed to pull it off. Maryland, bad team. Wisconsin, good team. Ohio State, good team.
Yeah, Ohio State's
hot. Ohio
Indiana,
State's
too.
real good right now.
This is Indiana. Yeah, they do it big. Indiana's starting to reel off some wins.
Yep.
Get some teams peaking at the right time.
Yep.
What else?
The Atlantic 10 was nuts.
Yeah, so
All
Loyola.
4 top seeds are out.
Wow.
It's 9 versus 5 and 6 versus 7 in the semis.
Yeah. Dayton loses.
So that's where
Yeah.
you would have been maybe screwed, Max, because that whole conference just got
You
fucked.
get to the Big East tournament, you're in the dance.
You mean the final?
Or
final,
the Big East
yeah.
final, you're in the
St.
dance.
Paul would have been in. The
They
A10
also
has been crazy.
they robbed from us the moment that we would have had on Sunday, where we had a live camera on Max as they announced the bracket, and then if Nova hadn't made, then we would have gotten to see Max.
There's going to be a small part of them that's still.
Maybe.
Yeah, if I were.
I'm retired from March.
Oh, okay. Retired from March. Hank, what do you think about Duke losing? You didn't really chime in. Are you going to be a Duke fan this year or no?
This year, it's main event time. It's main event time.
It's March Madness.
They didn't even.
No, Cooper.
Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't even try to take a 3.
Is that his nickname? Main event.
Yeah.
Main event. It's main event time.
It is.
Yeah. I love this week so much, and it's just such a blur.
It is
Every
it's so
game
long. It's so long.
starting and just chaos everywhere.
I do feel beaten down by March already. Like March won the first round against me. That's a 10-7 round.
Yeah.
That's a rare 10-7.
My body feels already broken, and we're 2 days in. And and tomorrow we get to do it all again, and it's even better matchups and better games because you have all the teams like in the SEC who had buys, double buys. Big Ten had double buys. We're getting everyone involved. We got some semifinal games.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting everyone involved tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Yep. We also had some NFL news.
Yeah.
Bears are back, right?
Keenan Allen.
I think Keenan Allen's a really good player.
All right, so
He has a hard time staying healthy. You have to say that whenever you talk about Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
But when he's playing, he's been consistently one of the better receivers in the league for, it feels like 10 years.
I can't be upset by people doing the same thing I do where if you don't root for the Bears and they trade for Keenan Allen, you can easily be like, he's 32, he's old, he's injured. That's fine. Ryan Poles is setting up Caleb Williams. He's going to have the best setup for any quarterback that's ever stepped onto a Bears roster.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Big Cat. So this is maybe the first time I remember a team being all in when they're about to draft a rookie quarterback.
They're not, though.
You don't think the Bears are all in?
No, because they still have a shitload of cap space. They didn't use it all.
So they're not all in yet. They're partially. Are they all in your ass?
No, I think they're a year away from being all in.
Okay.
I think next year, the way that Ryan Poles is structuring this roster, he didn't go nuts in free agency, the best free. You want a nice cliche? Best free agent signing by the Bears?
The one that you don't make.
Jalen Johnson.
Okay, yeah.
Keeping him on your team.
Returning guy.
Yeah, keeping him on your team. But yeah, I think they're setting up for Caleb Williams, and I think they'll probably trade the 9th pick now so they can get more picks. We don't have a ton of picks. But yeah, I like Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's really good when he's healthy.
He's very, very
I know
good.
he's injured a lot, but he's very good when he's healthy, and he's got to be – now he doesn't have to be number 1. He can be number 2 to DJ Moore.
To me, the big question is, who is Justin Herbert going to throw the ball to?
I think
Do
Justin –
we feel bad for Justin Herbert?
No, I think it's meme's meme. It's Adam Silver, but it's Jim Harbaugh's face. Get ready to learn handoff, buddy. They're going to play some man football and just hand it off. The Chargers need to reset everything.
They do.
They were in cap hell, so they lost. They traded Keenan Allen. They cut Mike Williams, right?
Yeah, Mike Williams got signed by
I don't know.
who?
Bosa
No one yet?
restructured his contract.
Yeah, Austin Eckler gone.
So, yeah, they're going to look totally different.
It's going to be weird seeing the Chargers next year. But
Totally
I
different.
I still think they'll be good. Patrick Mahomes, congratulations. You have a good wide receiver again. Got Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, he's going to have like the best year ever.
Him teaming up with Kadarius Toney, Thunder and Lightning. Actually, 2 lightnings.
He's going to be incredible.
Yeah, double
Also,
lightning.
shout out Patrick Mahomes. He's reached the final step of a franchise quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's opening up a steakhouse.
Oh, good for him.
That's really it. Like, when you finally have made it.
You have to.
Marinos, Elways, you got to have it.
Is he going to have a signature dish, which is like swimming in ketchup, a ketchup poached
That would
steak?
Yeah. Ketchup comes as a side.
Yeah, a bottle of ketchup at every table.
Hey, do you want the sauteed mushrooms or do you just want the Heinz?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're naming it 1587 Prime. So it's Kelsey and Mahomes together.
That's good.
Yeah, but that feels like I should say the final step is the steakhouse failing in like 3 years.
Car dealership next.
Yeah. Then car dealership. But yeah, congrats to him. So and then we had Aaron Rodgers found out really quickly that there's a difference between being hated by NFL fans and then hated in the political space, because almost instantly after the news came out that was reported first by PFT,
By Leroy.
there was a story that he's a Sandy Hook truther, which I don't know if it's true or not, but if you are a Sandy Hook truther and you don't think it happened, you're the biggest scumbag piece of shit on earth.
Yes, so I agree with that. Here's Aaron Rodgers' statement, because he did post on Twitter. He said, "As I'm on the record saying in the past, what happened in Sandy Hook was an absolute tragedy. I am not and have never been of the opinion that the events did not take place. Again, I hope that we learn from this and other tragedies to identify the signs that will allow us to prevent unnecessary loss of life. My thoughts and prayers continue to remain with the families affected, along with the entire Sandy Hook community." Heart emoji and then hashtag. Hashtag nothing. Makes you think, right?
That does make
I like how he included his little signature hashtag nothing at the end of this very serious post. So he's saying that it didn't happen, that he's never said that. It was like a CNN reporter that claimed that he said that to her and that there was another person that he said that to. So I don't know what the truth is. Aaron says he didn't say, but one thing Aaron Rodgers has not denied yet is that he's running for vice president. So he went out of his way to make a statement denying that he said this about Sandy Hook, has not denied that he's considering being RFK Jr.'s running mate. And they're announcing the vice president for that ticket, I think, next week in Oakland, California, in Northern California, which is where Aaron Rodgers is from. Not from Oakland, but the area. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to run for vice president. It's going to be hilarious. I don't know if he's going – is he going to retire or is he going to try to do both? That's the real question.
I still don't think he's going to do it.
No way.
You don't think so?
No, I think that Aaron Rodgers likes attention. He's getting a lot of attention.
I thought about this. The ultimate out for Aaron Rodgers right now, he has the best opportunity in his mind presented in front of him on a silver platter right now, which is to come out and say, once again, the New York Times got it wrong, fake news media.
Right.
I'm not running for vice president.
Right. Yeah.
And I think he would love to take that win.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. I wonder if the Jets are quietly freaking out or they're like, this is ridiculous. There's no way.
It would be so.
Because I have a feeling that if you I have a feeling that Aaron Rodgers has probably texted the Jets front, Joe Douglas and Robert Salah and been like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, there's just news and I love being talked about.
I don't know.
He loves being talked about. We spent all season when he was injured talking about him.
Yeah, so again, like we said on Wednesday's episode.
If you were signing up to be the vice president, you would have to have run that by the Jets at some point already.
And you would only
you can't just announce that and then talk to your organization and be like.
And you'd only do it if he was running for vice president with Trump, I would actually think there would be a chance because you wouldn't do it if you had no chance of winning.
Have you seen his record in the postseason?
I'm just saying.
It would be like a what's the word I'm looking for?
You just want the
like,
takes, which is fair.
I want the takes. I'm also thinking, like we were talking about the Jets' history of quarterbacks. It would be like you can't get any worse than this. You finally think you have your guy after all these years. You go out, you spend like a full calendar year being like, next year we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. You put on a full court press. You give in to all the Packers' trade demands. You finally get him. You're like, we got our guy. Finally, the Jets have our quarterback. The missing piece, Super Bowl. He comes in. You get his wish list of players, his former teammates. You bring all of them in. You go out of your way. You pretty much make him the head coach of your franchise. And then he gets injured after 5 snaps. And then the entire season, he's like, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. And you're like, well, maybe we can do it this year. Maybe we can do it this year. And then he just strings you along, and he never comes back. And then that next offseason, you're like, well, next year, we've got everything in order. This is the year that we win a Super Bowl. We have a quarterback. And then he leaves you to run for vice president and gets 3% of the popular vote. That would be the ultimate Jets quarterback storyline.
It would.
It's sad to say. And I say this as a fan of a team that has our own long history of having shitty quarterback news. Like, we have a very sad tradition in Washington of quarterbacks since, I feel like, 1991. But this can't be topped. If this actually happens, that would be the worst.
Memes would be done. He'd be done as a human being. Just this conversation is making him uncomfortable. Just this conversation. Okay.
Sam Howell's gone.
Yeah, Sam Howell's gone. Hold on. Let me do the Uber Eats ad read real quick. Uber Eats, when tuning into all the conference tournaments this weekend, turn to Uber Eats for all your delivery needs. Uber Eats is more than just food from your favorite restaurant. I'm talking groceries, convenience items, and alcohol. Whether you need dog treats, peanut butter, St. Patrick's Day decorations, or beer, or maybe all four, Uber Eats can deliver almost anything. What are you guys going to order this weekend? Uber Eats. Maybe some
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
I feel like it's a good cheeseburger weekend.
I like that.
Salads.
Ice cream. I'm going to get some ice cream. So get grocery, alcohol, and everyday essentials in addition to the restaurant food you love. So in other words, get almost anything with Uber Eats. Order now for alcohol. You must be legal drinking age. Please enjoy responsibly. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. Uber Eats, you can get almost anything. Sam Howell gone.
Sam Howell gone. I realize.
Seahawks.
Yeah, he's a Seahawk. I can picture him in a Seahawks uniform. I think it's actually a good trade for both sides because we got a 3rd rounder and a 5th rounder for Sam Howell. We did give up a 4th and a 6th, I believe.
Okay.
So we just moved up in the draft. But I think it's a good trade for the Seahawks too. He fills their Drew Lock backup position very nicely.
Yes.
And I realized right after we traded him, I just recently purchased a Sam Howell jersey, the most expensive one that you can get.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm a moron.
Yeah, well, you're going to draft a quarterback.
I just like it. So then you start doing the math and reading the tea leaves. Does that make it more likely that the Commanders end up drafting Jaden Daniels?
That's what my instant knee-jerk reaction was. It was a Jaden Daniels move because
if they were getting Drake,
Sam Howell and Drake May are good friends. That would make sense. Like, oh yeah, you want him to be comfortable.
You have an emotional support quarterback,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
You have a setup. So yeah, I think Jaden Daniels.
I think it might be Jaden, especially because we got Marcus Mariota. I feel like his style of play.
Yeah.
Run the same offense.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I can talk myself into Jane Daniels very easily.
He's very exciting.
One thing about Jane Daniels, he has no desire to run for public office.
Yet.
That you know of.
That I know of. Yeah.
Is that going to be a question that that GMs start asking prospective quarterbacks at the combine? Like, do you think Sandy Hook actually happened?
Yeah. Do you have any ideas or imaginations of power?
Yeah. Delusions of grandeur.
Delusions of grandeur would be a good way to put it. Yeah. I don't think he's going to run. I think Sam Howell, that was a good trade. I agree.
Yeah.
I think you'll actually get to play a little.
He might.
And
also, he's a fine young quarterback.
Also, Mason Rudolph got traded to the Titans, so it is now firmly Russ versus Kenny.
Yep.
Which, at least it's a little bit more clear.
And the Titans got a receiver, too. Who'd they get?
Oh, they got, what's his name? Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
Yeah. So good job, Titans. putting a little something around Will Levis.
So I heard a theory today on ESPN Chicago, Big Cat. I'm curious to hear your take of this. The fact that Justin Fields hasn't been traded yet, there's some speculation that Ryan Poles last year made a mistake in trading too early, making a move too early.
Yeah.
When you can wait till closer to the draft or maybe a little bit after the draft in some cases if you're in like training camp. And he thinks that Justin Fields' value is going to get higher as you get closer to the draft.
Maybe.
If you package him with one of the picks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe he's playing chess.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is a tough time right now just trying to wrap your head around. There's a lot of factions in Bear fandom. There's a lot of people who think that Justin Fields is staying. They have a lot of people who think that Caleb Williams is bad, that you got to trade, all this stuff. There's theories that Ryan Poles and Justin Fields have put this whole thing together. Like they sat down and he was like, hey, first thing you're going to do is unfollow the Bears on Instagram. And then we're going to get everyone talking about it.
Then I've got a real nice puff piece coming out from Caleb Williams saying how much he wants to play for the Bears.
Oh, Caleb Williams was at the golf game today. So people were like, oh, he doesn't care. Golf game, I said.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to be a little loopy. My words weren't going to work.
The golf match.
He was at the golf game today. And people were freaking out about that.
There was an ace on 17.
Not impressive.
Did he see it?
He's also wearing a T-shirt.
Maybe.
Oh, is that
He
a
was
problem?
wearing a T-shirt
Was he wearing a backwards hat? Oh, Jake has a problem with it.
What's the problem with him wearing a T-shirt?
at a golf tournament.
Who the fuck cares?
It does go against the decorum of Sawgrass.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Think about the decorum, Big Cat. What's he going to wear behind the podium? Is he going to show up in a dress again?
I want my quarterbacks to stop sticking out and start sticking. No, wait.
Sticking it in.
Stick in. What was it? What was LeBron's?
Stop fitting out, start fitting in.
Fitting in, yeah.
I'm fine with crying, but you have to wear a golf shirt to a golf
That's
tournament.
where you draw the line.
That's,
okay.
that's the line right there.
Yeah. Until I heard Jake say it, I was getting ready to just go all in on Caleb Williams being a classless piece of shit, but hearing the words come out of his mouth, I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
There's a lot of T-shirts at a golf match.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Golf match.
Not Masters, but like it's TPC
Sawgrass.
Sawgrass. Come on. Let's see.
I'll tell you this, I didn't dream of wearing a non-colored shirt when I played there. Didn't dream of it. If you're inside the ropes.
People got to be comfortable. Let's see. All right. I'm looking up Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
and
PFT's wearing a comfortable golf shirt. It's Roback.
That's true.
This is crazy. This is where you draw the line. This is how you're.
I hit a hole in one. Roback.
Facts.
Is it?
You were playing golf.
Yeah.
That's
At
different.
a golf course.
All right. I'm counting. In the picture with Caleb Williams, there's 3 sweatshirts, 3 T-shirts, and it looks like actually 4 T-shirts. I mean, this guy is fitting like no one's dressed up nice at this fucking event. I'm literally looking at a picture right now. There's 3 guys in sweatshirts and there's 4 T-shirts I'm looking at. That's crazy. Come on, Jake.
He's in sweatpants.
Come on.
You know what? I
It's
think
Friday too. If it was Sunday, maybe you'd have an argument. It's Friday at TPC, whatever.
That's not on Caleb. That's on the tournament. If you have a dress code, you have to enforce it for everyone.
Stupid tournament. That's not my fault. Excitement is rising. He's saying he's walking. Wait, I'm pausing. I'm gonna count the T-shirts. I got 1. I got 2. I got 3 T-shirts in this screen grab. There's T-shirts everywhere at this thing. Get out of here. You guys, you golf guys are just too many rules. Too many rules.
Max played.
This is all going to suck if they somehow don't draft Caleb Williams and I spent 2 months just defending him, just nonstop.
Yeah, some
Being
franchises.
like, as my quarterback.
Some franchise is going to get some runoff defense from you.
Yeah, they're definitely. I'll write a report for whoever drafts him and be like, here's how you defend him against people like Jake who are mad about. Jordan Spieth's not even wearing a golf shirt.
Jordan Spieth stunk.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. That would be sick, though.
He stunk today. Max played really well. Max is in the thick
3
of it.
back,
Shout
right?
out our guy Max.
Yep.
I'm just focused on hoops. Golf can wait. Golf has a time, and it's right after March Madness and going to Augusta. That's when golf season starts. Okay. Anything else before we kick it to Andrew Santino? Awesome interview with him, and then Fyre Fest we did record earlier in the day, so I was able to use my words.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Fyre Fest is good this week. Promise.
Okay, let's kick it to ourselves. Okay, before we get to Andrew Santino, a quick word from our friends at Morgan & Morgan. It's 2024 now, so let's talk about something important. If you get injured by a person, place, or thing, you deserve to get paid. Life can be crazy sometimes, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement. If you're in an accident, not calling a lawyer means you could be leaving money on the table. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Do it right now. We know the guys at Morgan & Morgan. They're great guys. They're there to defend you. So Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers with over $20 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. Beating DePaul is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. Eating 24 pancakes is hard. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go for forthepeople.com/PMT or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's FOR thepeople.com/PMT or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. Okay, here he is, Andrew Santino. All right, we now welcome on recurring guest.
Yeah,
friend of
baby.
the show. It is Andrew Santino, stand-up comedian, actor. He's got a new movie out.
Thespian.
What'd
Yeah,
you say?
number one.
Chiefs fan.
You didn't do that.
That's not true. He knows that.
All right.
Yeah.
I support them.
You're just like best friends with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
The best of friends.
Have you asked Patrick Mahomes, like, hey,
Well, after I
wouldn't it have
talked-
been crazy if you were on the Bears?
Yeah, and he goes, I just want to be on a winning team, was his response, which I thought was rude, but
I mean, I've always been, when people are like, oh, you could have Patrick Mahomes, it hurt for like 3 or 4 years, and then I had the realization, like, if we had Patrick Mahomes, he would have just been hit by a bus. Like
something bad would have happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Injury year one, probably.
Crossing Michigan Ave, just
Yeah.
being like, bus hit him. Patrick Mahomes is dead.
Yeah,
That
it's
sucks.
something weird. Like something would have fallen from the L and hit him in the head. You know what I mean? Something
Right.
would have broken his neck somehow in a weird way. We would have not gotten lucky with him either. They're good dudes, man. Happy for him. I'm a Chicago guy, Chicago sports through and through, but I support those guys because it's so much fun to watch a team win sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
it also
it sucks. It's hard.
yeah, you've also we struggle with this because when you become true friends with some of these guys, like you rooting for them because they're your friends.
Yeah, I want to see him do. Well, also, they're not competing against me.
Right.
That's like the same thing I talk about in stand-up when someone gets mad that someone's career takes off. You know, like all this internet hype about like Matt Rife, all these people mad at him. It's like, he's not taking your fans.
Right.
What do you care? I never understood that. It's like, this is not a competition, man.
Right.
That guy's got a separate thing. We have a separate. The Bears and the Chiefs have no beef.
None.
So it just doesn't mean anything to me. So I like watching them succeed. I'm happy for those guys because they're legit. They've always been cool to me. So I like them. I wish the Bears were better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we got our shit together
Yeah.
and could do something.
Yeah.
Might be next year.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, this is big.
I think Caleb Williams is the man.
I do too.
But I don't know if this is just like a crush, just like everything else, where I'm like,
Don't care.
I know.
I'll just fall.
I'm gonna do
for
it again. I did it
Yeah,
with
right.
Fields. I did it with Fields. I'm gonna do it again.
I did it with Mitch.
This is just
do it
like
with
this is
all.
like relationships where you're like, she's great, dude.
He-
Flawless. All your friends are like, I don't know, man.
With Caleb, it's like I think a lot of people want to find reasons to hate him, but recently his interviews he's been doing, he seems like just a good dude.
I don't see any reason to hate the dude. I mean, I just think you're gonna get when you're the top, everyone wants to shoot at you, so everyone's gonna want to criticize everything. So that comes with the territory. But I'm a fan. I'm in on the dude. I think he's the man.
Here's the thing too, is that I explain it when everyone's like, "What if Caleb Williams sucks?" Like, what do you mean? I'll just be back to where
Been there
I've
before.
been everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like getting into a warm bath.
Right.
I know the feeling. It's fine.
It's like a new stepdad coming in. You're like, maybe this one doesn't suck. I don't know, dude. We'll find out.
And what if he does suck? We'll just get another one.
Fine, dude.
Yeah, we'll just reset the clock.
Another bill coming through the house. Yeah, no, I think he could be. I think he could be a great answer. So we'll find out. I mean, I'm still, I'm still rooting for the Bulls right now too. I'm still on my Bulls train.
Oh shit.
I still love them, dude.
That's yeah. Wait. So, have you met Taylor Swift?
No,
You're not that close of friends?
I just don't impose.
Yeah.
I
It
think-
always is tough to being like,
Yeah, like
I want to hang out with them.
I don't really. I mean, this sounds rude. It's just I don't care. I don't know how to say
Yeah.
that without sounding mean. It's just like Travis came out to L.A. A week ago. We played golf, and I don't know. It's like old school with me. It feels like when we first met.
Right.
Like it's the same guy.
Right.
Which this is the only thing I ever cared about. When people become super famous or super successful or something big happens. Same thing with Gillis. Like I've known Shane for a minute, and I'm so proud for his success.
Right.
And he's the same cat.
Right.
That's to me. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
If you're the same guy, you know, you don't compromise the people that you really still, you know, have relationships with from the past. That's all that matters. And Travis is the same way. It just, I'm not going to be like, hey, can I come to the game and sit in? I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have no business doing that.
The big question is, how quickly did you hit them up after they won the Super Bowl?
I'm trying to think of a real answer and a comedy answer at the same time.
Okay.
I think I actually think I hit them like 3 days later. 2 or 3 days
That's a
later.
good time.
Respectable.
I think like a half week is an appropriate
Yeah.
congratulations.
So like before the parade.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Right.
I think 3 days is probably what it was.
And it's
I can
usually-
actually look, but
It's like 7 days for a bad loss is what I always go off of.
funny, dude. I don't do bad losses. I don't say anything.
Really?
Never. No way. Nothing. I don't want to even acknowledge it happened.
I'll wait a week and just be like, hey, sorry, man.
No, see, like it's like my buddy runs, a good buddy of mine runs Steph Curry's entertainment company. He runs like their television and film division, and he's got 2 little boys. They're like my little, like, you know, my godsons, you know, and they were like, we're gonna go watch Steph play when they come to LA, and I said, oh, this is gonna be great. So we're up in the box, and the Warriors lose, and one of the sons was like, is Steph gonna come say hi? And his dad was like, I don't think so, but
Yeah.
he's like, can we go say hi to him? He's like, I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah.
I think we'll talk to Steph another time.
Yeah.
Do you go to Chiefs games?
I've been to a few, yeah.
The playoff one this year seemed like it would have been a crazy scene.
Yeah, I've been to a
one in
few.
Arrowhead?
I went to Arrowhead's awesome. We were in Denver, and I took my wife's family to a game, and Pat was nice enough to set us up in his box with his family. And it's the first time my wife's parents have ever been in like a suite or anything. It was just to like see him. They were so excited. Was awesome. They were like so stoked about it, and I don't know. It was a nice little family moment. But we watched them play the Broncos, and then one more game, and that's all. But over the years, I've gone to a few games. I've
That
gone to
is the
playoff-
best, though, like having like other people get to share in like the cool perks.
Yeah, it is.
that you get.
It's like you take kids to Disneyland, and you see the parents smiling because they're watching
Yeah.
the kids. It's like they're living through them again.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But when adults are there alone without kids, no bueno.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
true.
a hard, steadfast rule. I don't get that thing.
The Disney adults.
It's weird.
Dude, I live in California. I live in Southern California. When I see all these people that have like yearly passes, and I'm like, you guys have kids?
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we can talk anymore.
Isn't there like a Pleasantville neighborhood in like Florida that like they built like a Disney community?
Just for Disney adults?
I haven't heard about that, but it wouldn't shock me because the Disney adults they're real freaks.
I'm pretty
It
sure
just-
there
It
is.
just scares me.
They care so much about Disney World too. They'll like write detailed reviews.
Right.
Who's that one guy? That one dude. There was a columnist that wrote an article about like how what was the one that they changed? Was it Splash Mountain? They changed it because it had some like racist shit from the South in there.
Yeah.
So they changed some of the characters, and this guy wrote this long op-ed piece about like how it ruined the immersive experience that he loves as a Disney adult. And the picture of the guy was this like big fat like 350-pound guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt, the prototypical like Disney
Right.
adult. But I do love the fact that like any like tentpole cultural phenomenon like Disney World, or whether it's like a big massive show, you get people that are the biggest nerds that care about it so much, but they actually end up protecting whatever that piece of art is.
Sure.
So like they're the watchful guardians of Disney World, making
Yeah.
sure that it remains pure and fun.
Well, it's like they would say the same, and to give them credit for devil's advocate, they say the same thing about you guys in this world.
Right.
Yeah.
You're Disney nerds for sports.
That's true.
No, every time
It's the same thing.
That's
I mean,
fair.
every time I'm like, oh, the Swifties are psychos, and I'm like, wait, I do that literally every Sunday.
Yeah.
My happiness is dependent on
Right.
another like group of guys.
Except
what
my
they do.
thing is made for grown-ups, and Disney is made just for children.
That's true.
Sports are made for adults, right? Kids can love them, but entertainment on that high level of professional sports, that's for adults
Right.
to enjoy.
Yeah.
For kids to be there, too.
Okay, you're making me feel better.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, but also like sports are also made for kids. And
Yeah.
so, like, when I get worked up if they change a mascot, I'm like, what the fuck? Bring back the old.
Oh, you
bring
get
back
mad
the
about
old
that?
Piggly mascot. Yeah.
Well, because what the like the Commanders?
Like the Commanders, they change their name every couple years. I'm like, this new name sucks. Bring back the Redskins. I miss that.
I think we're gonna go full loop in society. We're gonna go back to it'll be even more racist than the Redskins.
Yeah.
Somehow they'll find a way. You know what I mean? We've gone so far away, we'll just loop right back.
I don't know. Chief Wahoo, the Indians logo, like that one lasted for a very long time.
Because
And
he was awesome.
yeah, but you saw it, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. When
real
someone
bad.
pointed it out, you're like, oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
I guess that is true.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's like our teams. You know, it's like Blackhawks. They've got the okay to keep being Blackhawks.
Yeah.
The Illini got the okay.
Yeah.
I think if you get the okay, then it doesn't really matter what anybody says.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cleveland didn't want to fight hard enough to keep Wahoo their guy.
Yeah.
And that's on them. That's a reflection of the city. You got to fight.
Bad sports town.
Yeah, dude. What can I say? That's on you guys, man.
All right, so you're in a new movie too.
I am. We're the #1 movie on Amazon Prime Video. I kept trolling when we were doing press because they don't want you to say Amazon. They just want you to say Prime Video.
Okay.
But I would constantly be like, when we were doing foreign press, I would talk about my relationship with Bezos and all that stuff. And you could tell the PR people were like, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'll call him now. I'll ring up the B right now. But no, yeah, it's on Prime Video. It's me, John Cena, Zac Efron, Jermaine Fowler. Me, Efron, and Jermaine Fowler play best friends as you know, like childhood best friends. And we cause trouble as kids like we do, you know, when you break stuff, light stuff on fire, ruin stuff. And then we use an alibi. We make up a name, Ricky Stenicki. That's the name of the movie. And then we've used him as an alibi our whole life to get out of shit, to go to World Series games, to go golf trips. And finally, our wives and girlfriends are like, where is this guy?
Yeah.
Who is this? So we have to hire an actor, John Cena, to play this fake character.
Oh, I like it.
It's cool.
Zac Efron's the man.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Everybody on it was cool. It was actually like an easy shoot. We shot in Melbourne, Australia. And Pete Fairley directed it, the guy that did Dumb and Dumber, something about Mary. And
How long were you there for?
this is about 2 months, I think.
Oh, wow.
And then my mom, my family came out, which was rad because I was like, when are we ever going to be back?
Right.
So I took them down there and we traveled around a little bit. And I had a blast. The movie's fun, man. It's cool.
So, do you think that you're inching towards maybe being like the lead role in a big movie? 'Cause
No.
that would be big for gingers.
Not if I still have red hair.
Yeah,
They'd
Yeah.
ask, would you dye your hair?
you'd be up there with like Andy Dalton, like just the king of.
He's pretty good looking.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, I just think they're never going to make a ginger a lead. You know, like even when I see people buy our merch, me and Bobby Lee's, our podcast, like when people buy our merch and they have my face on there, I'm still like, they're not going to wear that outside though, right? Because my head's on it. This is an orange head on it. You know what I mean? It's just, I always get self-conscious that I'm like, they don't want to wear my shit with my head on it. Orange guys, something about orange men, it's hard to lead a movie.
yeah, but I feel like maybe you
Polarizing.
might be the guy.
They could
I
make,
highly
like,
doubt it.
an all ginger cast.
Yeah,
like
dude, that's-
Willow,
that's
except for gingers.
disgusting, dude. Who wants to watch that? That's,
Has anyone in Hollywood been like, listen, you're very talented, but like there's a ceiling to what you got because of.
I think I had somebody tell me one time that they tested me on a pilot and they asked about toning down my hair because they were like, it's just way too much.
Just nerf it.
But it is,
Yeah.
dude, on camera when you see, right, when you go like watch these movies.
But it's memorable.
I'm so bright. It's like I'm the brightest dude in the room.
It makes
Yeah.
you stand out.
Yeah, but that's bad, dude. You want to blend in a little bit, especially if like imagine if I'm doing like a murder scene or a death scene, and the orange bobblehead comes in. Who did it? No, I think I'm just gonna continue where I'm at right now and I keep making stuff. I don't really have the drive to be. I don't need like the star of the film.
Right.
Also, that's kind of dead.
Yeah, it is a little
Movie
bit.
stars are gone, man.
It's basically just
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm working on something right now that is a like a buddy comedy thing. Like that I can do. You know, like a duo thing. That I'm totally into.
Right.
But like a single the movie's about me type of shit? No way, dude. I don't even want that really.
I want it now.
You do?
Yeah.
Dude, ever since you guys left and came to Chicago, it's just you really need that fame bump again, right?
No, for you.
No, I want it for you.
Oh, I thought you said for you.
No, I want it for you. I want it for the ginger community. I want to be like, hey, yeah, we know Santino, friend of ours. He is like the king of an entire generation.
Yeah. If
Like-
Bill Burr can't do it, I don't think I've got a shot.
Yeah, although he did. You're right, because he did, like, once he shaved his head, he started to get more roles.
That's right, dude. You got to shave your head. Then he gets old dads and all this stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
If they're like, Santino, we want you as the star of a romantic comedy, and we're going to pay you $40 million, but we want you to dye your hair
Let me
black.
stop you right there.
Yeah.
You had me at $40 million.
Yeah.
Cut your head off. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want. I'll lose a limb for $40 million. Bill called me like a couple months ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. But it was like a very burr phone call, because he was like, I picked up, I'm like, hey, man, what's up? He goes, hey, how old are you? Didn't even say hi, nothing. How old are you? I go, I was 39 at the time, so it was right before my birthday. It was actually months ago now, because I said 39, I'll be 40 in October. And he goes, 40. You could play my son. And I was like, I think so. And he goes, okay. And then he hangs up. It was straight up just like, I need this information. I don't want to chit chat. That's all I need to know.
I don't want to look it up online.
Yeah, so I think he's joked about it before in the past. It would be rad if we did something where he played like an older brother. And I was like, that we could do. A two-hander with that I would probably be able to get away with in Hollywood as leads. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you'd have to have the love interest and all that stuff be actually attractive people to stare at.
Yeah.
You know?
He's the best on the phone. He calls me like maybe twice a year just to bitch about like a play in a football game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Once I was like, why are you calling me? He's like, none of my friends are watching this game, and I know you are.
Yeah,
and
you're watching every game.
He'll just be like, I literally will pick up and he'll just be like, I fucking hate when cornerbacks, the ball's thrown 10 yards out there and they're doing a celebration.
Yeah.
And then it'll just be like, that'll be it.
Yeah, he's
like, all right, cool.
He's good at I love Bill. He's an interesting creature, man. He's like his own little enigma, and he's kind of like a guy I can't put my finger on. I don't really know how he moves. You know, like
Yeah.
I see him, it's always good to see him, but I don't know if it's always good to see me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Always.
But that's what makes him kind of brilliant.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think he also is just such a busy, consumed dude. You know what I mean? That he's like, he's doing something.
Right.
I love his podcast, though. His podcast is
it's the best.
it's very hard
Man.
to do what he does.
Yeah.
Which is just sit down and just scream into a
Just
microphone
ramble.
for like an hour and a half.
Dude, guys like us, we need someone else. You know what I mean? Like, I need someone else to bounce with. I
Yeah.
don't want to just talk
Yeah.
alone. I don't know. I'd lose myself.
Yeah.
He's like the definition of dudes will literally start a podcast and say going to therapy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, I'm gonna use all of America as my therapist.
But it's
Unload
great
my thoughts.
because he'll like make himself laugh and he'll like stop and it'll just be like, you're just in a room by yourself right
Yeah.
now, and it fucking rocks.
I think that's his writing too. I bet you that's kind of got to be his process for like writing and creating. I would imagine is talking it out, and then putting it down on paper.
Yeah.
That seems like his rhythm anyway, because he's not a guy who's gonna like have a crew of writers. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of famous guys that we know that have teams of writers, or they have a clique of dudes that are always kind of around, taking notes, writing, and there's nothing wrong with whatever your process is. But I feel like he is such a lone eagle. He's like out doing his thing, and then that's how he kind of probably puts shit together.
So about that writing, you had a great special on Netflix, Cheeseburger, that
That's
came
right, thank
out
you.
in the fall.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Everyone should go watch it. When you finish a special, is there a little bit of like, are you like, all right, I was done with that material, or is there a feeling like, fuck, now I got to go back and I got to reinvent an entire hour?
Yeah, you do. I mean, you have to throw that away. I mean, there's no rules to it, but like we all kind of adhere to the same thing. I mean, it's an unwritten. you dump it.
Right.
It's kind of like not everyone. There's dudes that still do their stuff, and that's whatever you want to do. I mean, there's no rule to it, but culturally, I think most stand-ups throw it away, start on a new hour, and you slowly piece it together. Like now I'm doing, at the end of the month, I start Houston, and I'm doing just clubs. I'm going to get away from theaters for 6, 7 dates, just to massage this new hour that I've got.
Yeah.
Before I go into theaters in the fall or anything like that. So I'm doing 6 cities, just trying to feel it out. Totally different markets. It's like Houston, Tampa, San Francisco. I just want like the polar opposite markets.
Right.
I was talking to my agent. I was like, put me in places where I'm not going to get the exact same crowd every time.
Right.
So these were kind of the best that we came up with, to be like, I want different cultural, socioeconomic vibes, different parts of cities.
But
So
yeah, like I just think about it, and like if I was a comedian, I did a like sick hour and put out a special, I'd be like, I don't want to do it again. Like everyone watched that forever.
yeah. Well,
Remember when I put that out? It
I'm
was
done.
sick. Yeah.
I did it.
It was so awesome.
You want to be done, but also it's hard starting again. You'll have like little nuggets of stuff, and then you start to massage those, and then you slowly but surely peel chunks from that and that. But it's daunting. There's tons of moments in between where it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. It's got to be, in my mind, how like if an athlete is injured and they're training again, because they know they're better than what's happening.
Right.
They're like, dude, I'm so much better than this. I don't know why I can't put it together. Because
Right.
it's just the restrictiveness is there. So then slowly but surely after time, you're like, okay, great. Now I've got 15. Great. Now I've got 25. Now I've got 30 that I like. And you shave down and add, and then it's a great process. I think the beginning is the most painful when you're building, but also when it starts to click,
That's
when the
gotta be
jokes
the
are
best
new-
feeling.
Well,
yeah.
when they're still new to us.
right.
When they're new to you, they're phenomenal.
And you get that pop.
Do you try to have like a theme for your new stand-up when you're working on it? Is there like one thing that you think about and you're like, I'm going to build my
Not
set around this
sometimes.
one topic?
I think it happens kind of organically, but
Yeah.
like this one's going to be all about Hamas. No, I'm kidding. No. No, this one honestly is probably going to be a lot about health, my health and my stuff that's gone on with me. Like I just had this. I'm just having such a weird chunk of time in my life where like people in my family who got sick or stuff that happened to people I know, and then I had this weird herniated disc that led to this MRI that showed this hip impingement and all this other shit that was going on, and I had to go through all, and then I had to get, my heart murmur was messing up, and then I had to go get on medication for. It was like everything happened at once.
Yeah.
It's like I was cruising along, and then everything happened at once, and then so I put away booze, I put away certain foods for a little while. I'm back on the booze.
This is
But-
scaring me because we're the same age.
Well, it's like
I'm 40.
We're
yeah.
we're both 39.
You hit-
so-
It
you hit,
happened out of nowhere, man.
your late 30s happen, and then you just accumulate injuries for the rest of your life. Where
If
it's like
you
you wake
play
up one day,
sports.
your knee
Yeah.
hurts, and you're like, well, I guess my knee's going to hurt until I die.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like we just golfed on the sim a little bit, and my back is killing me. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. Why am I doing this? I didn't stretch because when I play golf, I stretch a lot. I get ready for it. This was dumb. This was me sitting on planes, coming here, and then that was the dumbest thing I could have done. But you do get, your body starts to slowly tell you this is no good anymore. You don't really get to do this anymore.
But you have
Yeah.
a good swing, though.
It's okay. It's not bad. I've been playing some good golf. I like that people go sometimes online. They find my handicap and then they just get online and talk shit.
What's your handicap?
I'm I'll tell you what I am. So this is when everyone says what their handicap is. Get the GIN out. Give me the app.
Yeah.
Give me the app. Whenever I'm a 2-2 index.
So that's pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
2-2 is pretty good. Yeah, I'm all right. But it's like people talk shit online. They love to talk shit.
Oh, that's all golf.
And golf
Yeah.
is the worst talk shit because it's impossible to prove it. Because you're like, when am I going to play you, guy in West Virginia?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you come to my club. I'll bet $1,000 straight up. But you're like, dude, get out. I'm not playing some lunatic from the
Yeah.
internet.
We got a guy here, Riggs, who Foreplay Podcast, and they do great golf stuff. But he started a series where he's just calling out haters and he's golfing with them.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's the move. I wanted to do. I actually thought because of all that nonsense, I thought about creating kind of like a charity event where it's like come play guys that you talk shit about, and the money that we earn from it will be donated to a charity of my choice.
I like that.
That for me was a way to justify doing any of that dance, like putting up with their bullshit.
Yeah.
So film it, have a crew of celebrities who golf, take on dickheads that just want to play them, and then donate all that money to charity.
It should be
you
a
should do
charity
that.
that the guy hates.
100%. Yeah.
Like something
Yeah.
that he's
Yeah.
really not going to want to get.
Something easy to get, like kid cancer. Something
Yeah, yeah.
that guy really,
Yeah.
he wants cancer to win every time.
Yeah.
That's how we'll propose it. It's like,
Yeah. So it'd be
You
a
should
fair
do
fight
that.
here.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just
That
started
would
talking
rock.
about it not too long ago because I'm doing this. I can talk about it a little bit, but I'm in the middle of negotiating with Liv to go start a network with them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were out there. We missed you when you were. We
We
played
won,
the
dude. I
Pro-Am.
won the Pro-Am.
You did?
Yeah, we won it. Me,
You
Pat Perez, Eugenio Chikara was the two. You do one pro on 9 and the other pro on the back 9.
Yeah.
And then Titus O'Neil, who's an ex-wrestler.
Mhm.
And then I'm drawing a big
You
blank.
won the whole thing.
Yeah, we won. We got the plaque sent to us not too long ago. I'm just pretty proud. It's in my office.
Were you
Shit.
a little bit nervous because we played in that same, but it wasn't on Pro-Am day, right? It was like before the Pro-Am.
You guys
started?
played the day before. I mean,
Yeah, day before.
Yes, that's
It
right.
was a,
Yeah.
a scramble, all of us against Brooks Koepka, which was a lot of
thanks
fun.
for the invite on that. Would have rathered that, but that's all right.
You can come next time.
I want
They're
to.
going to do another one
I
here.
love that, dude.
I think they're in here in September.
But we were
Yeah.
nervous because we all kind of stink at golf, and we thought we were playing the Pro-Am day, and we thought there would be people that would be lined up for
Yeah.
shots. We were actually thinking we were going to kill somebody because
Yeah.
they stand really close.
Oh,
to you
yeah,
when you tee
dude.
off.
Yeah.
Were you nervous at all?
Not really. I mean, not really. Honestly, it's also you're with pros, so ironically enough, it takes the heat off of you. It's like it takes you don't feel pressure.
Yeah.
I felt pressure on the first tee. Then after that, I didn't even think about it because the pros are doing their thing, and you're really watching the pro. It's almost like you're just getting to hang with them.
Yeah.
And if you did hit a bad shot, nobody gives a shit. No one's thinking about it. You're really everyone's just watching what the pro is doing.
I wasn't worried about hitting like a bad shot. I was worried about hitting a shot that would kill somebody.
Yeah, kill someone.
Yeah,
Like
but-
shank it so bad that it goes to the side.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It happens. People do get hit by, don't stand there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when an amateur's going.
Yeah, that's your fault. Have you seen
Yeah.
that clip of that girl online that woman, she hits a girl off the tee and she tees it up again and she hits it to the exact same
Yes,
spot. And the little
yes.
kid is like, make it stop. No, yeah, that's why. Like we went to Riv. I just went and was following Homa around Riv when he was out there. And it is funny how people lean their heads over the tee box. They'll lean their heads over the rope,
yeah.
literally. And I was watching this guy do it, and I thought, well, I'm not going to stop him, and Homa's not going to hit him. But how annoying is some dummy's head right in your sight line? He's leaning over the rope. That's why they have to put the rope. If they didn't put ropes, those savages would like hug them while they're swinging.
Yeah. Andrew Santino is also brought to you by Optimum Nutrition. Unlock more with your gold standard 100% whey by Optimum Nutrition. I saw Max was working out yesterday, hitting the gym. I did some squats yesterday here in the office, some power cleans, loaded up with some Optimum Nutrition afterwards. In fact, the only thing Max ate all day yesterday before the pancakes was a protein shake.
Yeah, I had a scoop of Optimum Nutrition right after my workout.
And it got him ready to go.
Yeah,
And
it was
Max
great.
absolutely crushed those 18 pancakes. And he doesn't even feel bad today. He said he felt like he had a normal dinner last night. And probably because the Optimum Nutrition was working his body out, his muscles were building, he used all that pancake for fuel. But Optimum Nutrition is delicious. It's the best protein in the industry. It has been. If you've been working out for years, you've known Optimum Nutrition is the way to go. You can unlock your recovery on the court or in the gym. 24 grams of high-quality protein, 11 grams of naturally occurring essential amino acids, 15 plus amazing flavors, proven performance nutrition for over 35 years, and it's fueled billions of workout recoveries worldwide. Check it out now. Sold at stores nationwide and at OptimumNutrition.com. And now here's more Andrew Santino.
We got a very important question about this.
Yeah.
You're walking with Max Homa the whole time.
Not all of it. I did walk 9.
Some of it.
Yeah.
Did anyone call him a pervert?
No.
Okay.
Why?
thank God.
Does that happen?
We had a problem. We started. Max is a good friend of ours. We started calling him a pervert on this podcast.
Because he's Italian.
He's Italian.
Yeah.
And then all of our listeners started calling him a pervert on the golf course. And then we had a moment where Max was like, "Hey, it's not really me, like, but my caddy is so sick of it. Like, can you tell everyone to please stop?"
Yeah.
So we had to do
Yeah, you gotta stop.
we had to
Yeah.
make an order. Like, if you do it, you're a scumbag. So it's good to know that it's actually worked.
No one did it at
Because
Riv.
it got really bad for a while.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, he'd be in a big tournament, and people would be like, "What's up, Max? You pervert?"
It was more like I don't think you'd want to say anything to him. He was not giving me the what's ups at all because I think he was having a tougher day. I don't think you'd want to check him on that day. He looked pretty pissed.
I mean-
So, he wasn't like he wasn't doing any of like the niceties.
Yeah.
He was not in a good mood.
That's the worst part about golf. Like, even the professionals, they go out there and they have a day, and they're just like, "What's going on?"
And they see you staring at them, and it's got to be annoying.
Ugh.
Golf's got to be shit too in the regard where if you're the guy, if you're like the guy, and you know the other dude you're playing with, he just knows that everyone's watching you and doesn't or watching him and not looking at your shit.
Yeah.
That always messes with my head where you're like, this poor dude, it's like no attention given to him. He makes a good putt, no one cares.
Right.
That sucks to
Yeah.
me. They're only watching the other dude.
Yeah.
To me, the funniest guys at a golf tournament are the ones that, well, first of all, they wear spikes. If you go to like watch your favorite golfer play, you're like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put my shoes on so I get good traction on this course.
Right.
And then if there's a ball that goes slightly off the fairway, seeing everybody like sprint to that ball to get a good spot to watch the
So
next swing.
sad.
It's so funny watching these grown men just sprint down a golf course
Just to get as close. And the cop
Yeah.
has to push them physically away to be like, dude, chill out.
Yeah.
Please. Chill out. He needs to hit. It's more annoying to me when someone is hogging their space and their phone is right in their fucking face.
Yeah.
I hate that, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that footage? What are you gonna do?
Breaking down like the swing.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
like
you can
being
post
at-
it and be like, hey, I noticed you dropped your hands a little bit too early.
Yeah.
It's like being at a concert. When people have their phone out at a concert, it's like a concert video is the worst footage ever.
You're not, and it's gonna sound like
Yeah, it sounds terrible,
yeah.
and you watch it back, and you're like, "Why did I do this? Why
I
did
don't
I
get
just
it.
enjoy
You're taking it to post online to be like, look where I was.
Yeah,
So that other people can see where you
I get
were.
it. Take a picture.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
Put your phone away.
Yeah.
Like I never got that. I just didn't enjoy it. I'm not above it. You're with your kid. Take a photo, video. That's cool. But there's adult men that are there all day with it recording all day long.
Uh-huh.
Shame on
if
these
you're gonna
men.
do that, just get a GoPro on your head.
That's cooler.
Seriously.
To me, it's cooler.
Way cooler.
If you got a head and the body brace
Yeah.
one where you or the, you know,
Yeah.
the camera that's up that looks up at people, so it's like just their nose is all you see.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with if you're trying to do something unique with it, but it's just the same dude on his phone following guys all day. I think it's creepy shit.
Yeah,
So you can go home and you put on your Apple Vision Pro and then you get to relive. You get to like live the day again on your couch. Yeah, that was a
Have
great
you guys
haul.
done the Apple Vision Pro?
I actually have it right
it's
here. I'm
right
going to take
here.
it back.
Oh, you hate it?
I don't necessarily hate it, but I'm going to take it back because it's like the most antisocial thing that you can do. So when you wear it, you're like in your own world. You're on your couch. Your family, everybody around you is like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Can we just watch TV together? Like it puts you, it's very cool. There's some cool stuff that you can do on it, but I also feel like it's like probably 2 years ahead of its time where there's not enough stuff to do. So
Sure.
you can watch like the same 4 videos of.
But the tech looks amazing. I had somebody gave me O'Connor, who opened for Gillis. He bought me an Oculus, the original Oculus.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
and I loved it because it was the beginning of the pandemic, and we played golf together.
Yeah.
Because he was in New York and I was in LA, so we'd get on at night. I'd tell my wife, I'd be like, I'm going to play golf in the front room, and she'd be like, oh God.
Exactly. Yeah.
So she would take videos of me like an idiot yelling and laughing into my Oculus playing golf with those guys. But after that wore out, I was over it fast.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't know anymore. It's a little like It's just, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I got
exactly.
over it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that this does so much better than like my computer or my phone. I already have enough screens in my life.
But you watch porn on it though.
No, you can't watch porn. That's the
That's
thing.
what he's. That's
Throw
what he
that thing in the
claims.
trash.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
What is that worth?
Because it is the ultimate porn guy thing.
Yeah, that's what that's for. That's the
Yeah.
first thing I did in the Oculus.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the first thing was like, I want to see what it looks like. So I got one of the videos, the 3D videos or whatever, the all immersive, and amazing. Then the second or third time, completely over it.
Right.
Completely annoyed. Then you start to get really like picky about the details. You're like, that looks so stupid. She looks like her shoulder looks massive because the
Yeah.
angles are so weird.
Yeah.
So you get over it. It just doesn't. I don't know.
And
It
then
just
you like
didn't do it.
You imagine yourself wearing the Oculus in a room, just like jacking off with this
Yeah.
big helmet on. You're like, this is sad.
Well, I would take videos of myself and watch it back later, jerking off with the Oculus on.
You have to.
You
Yeah.
watch your game tape?
Critiquing my form. Yeah, I just wanted to see my form, dude.
You all 22?
You got to get shallow on that stroke, dude.
What's the dumbest thing you've bought now that you have some money?
I don't know that much. I just a couple bucks. The dumbest thing I probably bought in the recent years was well, these were dumb. This was a stupid. I bought these in New York. I got suckered into buying these Travis Scott shoes.
How much are they?
I don't even know. They were expensive as shit. They were more than they should be.
Every guy I feel like goes through an expensive shoe phase, and they're just like, "Why did I do that?"
I like shoes. I love
I do
shoes,
too.
But I didn't mean to want. This is how dumb I am. I have the Travis Scott golf shoes of these. Like they make them in golf shoes, these ones. And I love the ones. It's my favorite shoe to walk in. And I was like, oh, well, I want to get the regular ones that aren't the golf shoes. And then so I saw the ones that I have that aren't golf shoes. They're street shoes. And then the guy was like, yo, you know what's really dope is these black ones. And he was chatting with me and he was a fan and he was cool. So I kind of got, I got like enamored with the conversation. And then he took me up to the front desk and I think they were like, I don't even know, $700 or something absurd.
That's crazy.
It's so
yeah,
dumb.
like when I say expensive shoes, like I would buy like $400 shoes, and I'd be like, "Why? I'm not even wearing them."
This is the dumbest thing I bought in a long time. This is probably so.
They
I'm
look good, though. They're
Well, I'm
good
wearing them
shoes.
every day now because I'm getting my worth.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like I have all these shoes,
Yeah.
and then I found out like I would just wear the same shoes every day. I'd wear the same comfortable pairs every day.
Yeah.
Just look at the other ones and be like, what
I'm
am
gonna
I
wear
doing?
them because
Yeah.
I paid too much for them. So this is I haven't done something this dumb in a long time. Overpaid for something so stupid. But I felt like if I didn't buy them, I would look lame
Yeah.
in front of this cool dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it reverted right back to like junior high.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, if you don't jump, I mean, we're all jumping, but if you don't jump, it's not a big deal. And you're like,
Yeah.
if I don't jump, I'm a bitch, dude. I have to jump.
They like tell you the price, and then you're like, no thanks, and you take it back. That's a bad moment.
I can't do it.
Right?
Yeah.
That happened to me with pillows when I was in New York. I was buying pillows, right? And I get up to the cashier, and she scans them, and they were like $250 pillows, and I was just like, fuck, I'm going to look like such an asshole if I just say, no, these pillows are too expensive to take. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy $500 worth of pillows.
Insane.
On a whim. And then the pillows sucked. And then I had to live with them for like 5 years because they're $500 pillows.
The pillows always suck at that price point.
Yeah.
They can't be good. There's no way they're good. They've boosted it up to make you feel like they might be special. Like, these are no special than the regular Jordan 1 lows. It's the same shoe.
Yeah.
There's literally no different.
Yeah.
It's just Travis Scott put his name on it, and they're a little cooler looking. So, suckers. Oh, I'll tell you. Actually, I'll tell you some dumb shit I did. When I was back here, and we played the Chicago Theater, I wanted to take my wife and get her like a purse, a bag. She wanted this color of a bag. And so we went down like on Michigan Avenue, and just as a surprise, I was like, there's I think a color bag that you like at Gucci. And she was like, really? Seriously? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, we're not buying a Gucci purse. I was like, it's a little bag. It's not like a crazy, it's just the color you like. And we go in there, same shit. This is how much of a loser I am. There's this like really like smooth, suave gay dude who's just like, you know, he was like, oh, I love your hair. Like, look at the color. The color goes good against this. And he's showing me Gucci shirts and jackets. And I'm like, oh man, I'm good on all that. I just want to get her the purse. Then sure enough, 20 minutes goes by. He's got me buying a Gucci shirt jacket. Mm-hmm. I've never owned anything by them. I bought this thing. I didn't look at I gave him the card. We were chatting. I didn't look at the receipt and how much it cost. We get back to the hotel immediately to my wife. I go, I'm going back tomorrow and returning this. But here's how much of a pussy I am. I wouldn't go back to the Michigan Avenue store.
No, you can't.
I went all the way out to Schaumburg.
Yeah, you
What if
can't.
that guy's
because I'm
there?
a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch. I went to Schaumburg to return it because I felt so much weird guilt
Yeah.
that I was like, he'll see me, he'll think I'm a loser.
Yeah, no, you can't.
But I had no intention on buying it. I got like fooled. I got like bullied into buying it. And immediately when I saw it, I think it was like $5,000 or something. I don't even know. But I literally was like nervous and I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, I got to buy it. He's like almost making you buy. He's like putting on my shoulders. He's like, oh my God, look at the way your shoulders sit in this. And I was like, I got to. So I bought the jacket. Then, of course, I returned it to Schaumburg. I felt so. But the relief I felt when I returned it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it felt so good seeing it come off my credit card.
Yeah.
I was panicking. I was like, I'm never going to wear that anyway.
Yeah.
You at least got a couple people that see those shoes and they know what's up with the shoes and they're like, hey, I like your shoes.
Teenagers.
Yeah, but that's good.
I've had a couple like
stay young.
17-year-old boys, like young dudes are always like, yo, bro, I love those shoes. I'm like, thank you so much. I
40.
bought them on accident and I'm
Yeah.
40 years old. I feel like a fucking moron.
Stay young.
I don't do much though in that regard. I won't
Yeah.
buy too much crazy shit.
So I have to ask because you're wearing the sweatshirt. I know you were in Curb a few years ago. You're not in the new season, are you?
No, I've watched some of it. This is actually from my good buddies Malbin, you know, the golf company. You know Malbin,
Yeah.
they did a Curb collab for the new season, and I was up at the Preserve. I golfed at the Preserve with Malbin for their Bing Crosby Adidas collab thing, and my buddy was like, hey, dude, we're putting out a Curb collab, and it's pretty limited on who we're giving them to with the Larry stuff. And the first thing I was like, when I got home, I was like, if I don't get that stuff, I'll kill you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want all the Curb shit.
You need it.
Yeah, it's so sick. No, I did a couple seasons ago. The new one's great though. I watched it on the plane on the way to New York.
How fun was it doing when you did Curb? I mean, you made Larry break, right?
Yeah, dude, that was like one of those moments of my life where, you know, it like validates you as a comedian. Where you're
Right.
like, that guy thought that was funny. I'm good.
Yeah.
I can die a happy man. I made him break in the room and then on set when we did it. In the room, you know, the audition is, he gives you a character and they give you a little baby character breakdown. It's probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 sentences. And then you take from that and have to make improv your own world. And I improv the world. I was originally going to have the role of it's the episode where the guy has a dog named Adolf. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah.
The German
Yeah.
shepherd named Adolf. And then as soon as I read the character, he loved it. And then he goes, it's not going to work. And I was like, really? I thought we were having, we were laughing. He goes, yeah, no, dude, you don't look the part at all.
It's the ginger.
Ginger thing.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't look like a Nazi kind of guy. He's like, I wanted to make him a little bit look with that like blonde hair,
Yeah.
blue-eyed thing. He's like, it's just not gonna work. The ginger thing isn't gonna play, and I was bummed. And then he was like, no, we're gonna get something else. So then he made me go back in the hallway and read for the plumber who fixes the toilet at Latte Larry's.
Yeah.
And I came back in after like 15 minutes and we just riffed and he broke a few times and it just like my heart grew 4 times.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was like a comedy. On the way home, I vividly remember pulling out of his studio, driving, and I called my wife and I was like, I've only done this maybe twice to her. Been like, I'm so sure that I got this. If I don't, I have no idea about my career.
Right.
Because it went so well. He was like, we were humming. That'd be like, I don't know how he wouldn't want to give this to me.
Yeah.
There was nothing. It was flawless. It was like the rhythm was great. He was bouncing. I was listening. I wasn't stepping on his retorts or improv. So I was like, it was so smooth. And of course, that afternoon they called. They were like, okay, they want you in like 3 days.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was
Great.
huge, man.
And I would
Yeah.
assume that you were a big fan of the show,
Massive.
like as you were coming up, and now you're on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's, I'm not, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a dick, but like, I'm a much bigger fan of him than Seinfeld. Like, I think his line of what Seinfeld was that's why Curb was so great.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like the version of Seinfeld that I wanted more was that.
Right.
More so than the other thing that Jerry did. And,
Yeah.
he's great, but it's like Larry's Seinfeld is what Curb is, and that's what I always wanted it to be.
Is it true that he just doesn't like Curb? I feel like I read this somewhere, but like he'll just decide like, oh, I'm ready to do a new season, like out of the whim.
He took
like,
breaks. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was allowed to do whatever he wanted. I mean, obviously he's a legend, so why would they say no? What
Right.
executive in their right mind would be like, I don't think we're going to be able to do it anymore.
Right.
It's like, especially because HBO, that's kind of like, it's like this. This is like Fantasyland. It's like you're making what you love,
yeah.
and they get to decide. They're not answering as much to corporate sponsors like ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. They've got sponsors.
Right.
HBO, they can kind of do as they please.
Yeah.
So I think they were more apt to let him fly free. I don't know personally, but I imagine he just would get busy and tired and be like,
Yeah.
I'm not ready to put something out.
Yeah.
It's rad, dude.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
world
That's what
right
we all
there.
want is like to
Right.
be able to go, I'm not going to give you something unless I really want to give it to you. Otherwise, it's going to be shit.
Right.
And then you're all going to be bummed.
Yeah.
You don't want to pump it out, So the take a break thing is cool. I think more TV should either should either just do a limited amount of seasons or just take a break and maybe revisit it or, who knows, whatever.
Not too long of a break though, because there's some shows where they take such a long break, I forget they exist. Like I forgot there's a new Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, like some of that.
It's like
that
how am I
complicated
going to
too,
know
where-
what's going on?
that's tough. Well, that's also takes so long to shoot those shows. That's
Yeah.
the other problem is, that'll be replaced by AI. They'll replace all of us and it'll be all AI anyway. You'll
Yeah.
get
Wait,
what
were you on strike?
Yeah, I mean, you don't, yeah.
Were you
mean-
picketing?
No, dude. No, I'm not.
Yo,
Even,
the
I'm not
sun-
even ashamed.
the sun
to say
with
that.
you?
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't be outside.
Yeah, that's,
It's
that's actually
hazardous.
fair. You're probably the one guy in the union who's like,
Yeah.
look, I'm not coming.
Me,
They're like,
Conan.
yeah, they're like, all right, that makes sense.
I put sunscreen on when it rains. I swear to God, I'm like, dude, it might. You never know if it pokes through. No, I didn't go out and picket the thing. I not to sound like a dick. I was like, I voted to strike.
Right,
I did the thing.
right,
I wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said yes.
yeah.
I don't want to go out there every day. I just didn't feel like it was necessary for me to be out there every day.
It was crazy. The story about them cutting all those trees in the shade.
So funny, by the way.
Yeah.
Heavy props to how funny that was.
Yeah.
They cut the trees so the picketers couldn't get shade every day. I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny.
It's just like, what? Yeah, like just guerrilla warfare.
Well, it was also a writer's strike, and I haven't been in the writers' union for a long time. I was in it for a little bit when I wrote this pilot, and then when the actor strike happened, it was in solidarity already. So it was kind of like they had already made the noise that they needed for justification for the strike. Actors were just being like, yeah, let's get them what they want so we can work.
right.
Like, get these people everything they want. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man, get it over. And also, a lot of it was shit that was a little bit needed. I mean, like the amount of money that some of these executives are getting versus what the residuals would pay out for these writers or actors, dude, it's a joke.
Yeah.
I sent a screenshot yesterday to David Spade, because you see what you're getting in your residuals. It like sends you a email or whatever, and it's literally 1 cent, and it's for his show Lights Out on Comedy Central that we did. And I was like, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate this. Like, this is gonna help us out this month. And it was like, like he has any control. But like the fact that sometimes you'd get 26-cent checks is like,
Right.
give me a fucking break.
Right.
What am I gonna do? And also, that means to me, the executives that did the buyouts or the sell-throughs, I'm sure they got 50, 60 grand. And,
Right.
And each little idiot like you got a shekel.
Yeah.
You know.
What was the AI thing that they were talking about? Where like if you showed up as a background actor, the studios would then have the rights to use your face.
Yeah,
using like AI to put them in different scenes or something.
They were
like
trying
that?
to dupe. Yeah, they were trying to dupe background actors to just reuse them in other backgrounds of other shows. Or
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah, they wanted to reuse background. Here was my thought on it. I said, okay, background acting is a nightmare. It's super hard. You're treated like shit. They should be treated better. They kind of cattle call these people in. They bully them around. And, it's in your 15-hour days or 12 to 14-hour days. So it's not fun. It sucks. It fucking sucks. And you're getting to learn sometimes, but I do think they're not treated great all the time. I'll be honest. I've been on sets where they are. But I said, if that's the case, that they want to propose AI to them, well, maybe give them a huge check to use their likeness for a limited amount of time, just in the background, but then have subsidize a program where they can come to set and then learn and not have to be in the background, but like shadow and follow and learn and watch. Because a lot of people just want to learn. A lot of people that do background, they just want to know how everything works.
How the sausage is made.
Yeah, they want to see the insides.
Right.
And I thought, who am I? But I just proposed in my own little stupid world of people I've talked to. I said, what if they paid them a big fat check and said, we'll use your likeness for 6 months. After that, there's a new contract. So you will be used AI background, but there's a subsidy program that the union would do to let them come to set, watch an entire series filmed so they can learn everything. I mean, granted, I don't know if people would want to do it, but I thought that's a better use of their time than standing there, for 12 hours a day being where a lot of times you can't even see them, that they're filler, So it's almost like I think you can service both worlds. But I get it. Once you enter the world of AI, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's over.
I mean, I read some of the AI scripts that people were trying to put out. They stink.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Robots aren't funny yet.
No, they're not there.
Do you think robots can ever get to a point where it's like they can write new original comedy?
I don't know, man. I get scared about it. Well, I mean, people are always going to want people, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, look at what's on your fucking desk. I mean, that's kind of like the looming future of like you.
He's returning it.
And I don't like it. Like, I don't.
But I think a lot of people that get it do love it.
Yeah.
And it'll slowly catch on.
The thing is, like, the last 2 years have been like Silicon Valley executives giving testimony, being like, we need to be very careful with AI.
Oh, yeah.
AI is scary. AI could end the world. And it's like, dude, you're the one that's making the AI. Like,
Right.
Can we just not do AI?
No, it's already there.
Can we just say, bad idea?
Someone will do it.
Put it in
They wanna
reverse?
make
We
money.
already have. Don't you know, though, that if it's released to the public now, it means they've had it for a decade.
Yeah, that's true.
They've already had it. The government's not going to, like, let something come out like this unless they've already been tooling with it and regulating it behind our backs and then finally going, all right, give it to the idiots now. It's fine to give it to them now.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear those stories from, like, dude, look at how long it took them to admit aliens we actually have proof of unidentified objects. Like,
Yeah.
that now, after 30 years of them being like, shut up, you idiot. There are no aliens. Stop it. And then now they're like, yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
They're there. Big deal.
The craziest part of that story was that, and this might be like the biggest story ever, that aliens exist, and that it was Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 that got the government to admit it.
Yeah.
Dude, I know. He's like big on pushing it, huh?
Yeah.
Huge. He's the one that got like the Navy to release the videos of the UFOs.
There are aliens.
Yeah. And then everyone was like, "Oh, Taylor Swift has a new boyfriend this week." That's pretty important.
Right, that was a plant. Right, that wasn't actually real. They don't have a real relationship. That was just to get the focus away from Tom DeLonge and the aliens.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's too close.
God bless, dude. Good. It was a good meetup, dude. That's a good distraction. It worked really well.
Yeah. Well, this has been great.
Yeah,
I have
dude,
one
thank you,
last
boys.
question.
Yep.
Roback question, RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, everything, roback.com, promo code TAKE. Are you going to move to Austin like every other comedian in the world?
No, dude. No, that's not for me. If I was going to move anywhere, we were going to make a shift to New York. We couldn't. Family stuff, like, it just didn't work out. So
Yeah.
It just, we couldn't. And then if I was going to go anywhere outside of LA, it would be Chicago or New York.
Come work in this office.
Yeah, dude, I know, but then I have to drag Bobby, because our podcast is doing great, and it's like, well, he can't leave. He won't leave LA.
Yeah.
He refuses to leave LA because I told him, well, we can relocate to somewhere fun. Let's try something new. But the pod is doing better than it's ever done, so he doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
And look at this, like, you have to like physically make everyone agree on being in the same place.
Yeah.
Because the Zoom shit, whack.
No, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's whack. It doesn't work. You need to be together. So as long as me and the Bob are going to be doing our show, we'll be in LA.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of like live podcast tours too.
Yeah, we do. We have 4 left. We do like Canada. We do Windsor and Niagara Falls, and then we end in Vegas on 420.
When you do those, do you do like a whole different show, or is it just
we
a
do-
live podcast?
We do stand up. We have an opener, and then we each do stand up. We each do like 20 to 30 minutes of stand up. So you get like an hour and some change of stand up top, and then we do another hour and some change of bits from the show.
That's
And it's
awesome.
audience involvement. It's so much fun, man. It's so stupid and free, and they get involved, and we do trivia questions, and we do scene readings with them, and the fans. It's been the coolest thing to see this transition of like they're stand-up fans, but then they also want to be interactive in that world of the Bad Friends
Yeah.
weird world. We're going to Abu Dhabi in May.
Oh shit.
We're doing Bad Friends in Abu Dhabi.
We've been offered to do live shows, but like we always struggle with like what are we gonna just do the podcast like in front of
Yeah.
everyone? Like that kind of sucks.
I
You
mean-
got to give people more.
Smartless does it, Bateman and those guys, but they bring out a big name guest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So you'd have to just bring out a big athlete and play some kind of game with them that people would want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like get Aaron Rodgers out there to.
We also have like consciously been like, well, let's not do live tours, and then like in 20 years when we want to like cash one big check, we'll be like reunion tour,
Oh, that's smart.
like Rolling
the
Stones.
Stones.
Yeah, we're
Right.
like, hey, one time only.
We were going to do one in New York, but it was going to be at a James Dolan arena. And James Dolan has banned Barstool Sports from any place that
That's
he
real?
owns.
yeah,
so
real-
he
we had it set and
he
everything.
closed it down. It was whatever comedy festival it was, like the New York Comedy Festival.
But Dolan is the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
He owns
He owns a
Beacon.
lot of shit. Yeah.
Right, but the Garden is a separate company. Right, he doesn't own.
I think he owns it all.
yeah.
He does.
He can ban
Pretty
people
sure,
from MSG.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure he can ban anyone.
Because MSG owns a ton of other venues. I didn't know that he was the head of that too.
All because
Yeah.
we sold like a sell the team shirt,
Yeah.
and he got mad like instantly, like 20 minutes later.
How can we make up? How can we make it up to James Dolan?
I don't
I
want
don't
to.
know, but I
don't
kind
want
of
to.
I respect the fact that he has this big grudge against our entire company.
That's a
where
big
he's
grudge.
like, I'm going to use my power and not let them perform at any venue that I own.
Does Portnoy and him have a thing? Did that happen?
No, it was we did sell the team shirts.
Sure.
And then he emailed the guy who bought our company in 2016. He emailed him within 20 minutes and was like, "What is this?" And then that was it.
Yeah.
And then we also had one of our guys did hiss at him publicly, like he was walking on the street and he went.
I got arrested at the dog
It's kinda
show at
rules.
MSG, so
Yeah.
that put me on his radar a little
Yeah,
bit.
dude, but you get hissed at once in a while.
Yeah,
That's
you get
gonna-
hissed
It's gonna
at.
happen.
I will say for everything that James Dolan, he seems like not the best guy in the world. I would say that being a rich guy and then making like a band and making people like go see your band, that rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would do that if I had his money.
Well, that's like Corey Feldman, right? He's back, but he's back with a band now. I think it's cool when you get rich and successful, and then you just want to have a band.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should start a band.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
TFT has a band.
I got a band. Actually, now that you say it, like, yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, you have to come watch my band when I'm
But
when I'm in
yeah,
town.
I would just like it's like when an owner buys a team, it's like I'd just fucking coach the team too.
Yeah, well, what do you do after that point when you own? Like, I saw the woman that owns the Kings or is a partner in the Kings. She gave the Pope a Kings jersey.
Yeah, that's
Did you
cool.
see that?
The
That's
Pope is
it.
probably like, the Pope probably has a closet filled with the stupidest
Just
shit.
jerseys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just think jerseys is so funny. At one night when he takes off the robe, he's sitting there and he's like, maybe I put on the jersey.
Yeah.
He throws on the Sacramento Kings.
Aaron
jersey.
Fox, he's
And-
pretty good.
And he's doing like
He's Euro stepping.
Yeah. He's doing the kid countdown where he's like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone check out Santino when he's on the road. His new movie out, Bad Friends Podcast. You
Oh,
got it
I
all.
got a
Not
last
at all.
question.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw the video that you did with Bobby Atoff. How do you say her name?
Oh yeah.
Bobby Althoff.
Althoff.
Oh, it's incredible.
It was very funny.
So fun.
While you were shooting it, were you like, this is exactly the right way that I was hoping it was going to go? Because she's used to making people feel uncomfortable. You made her feel uncomfortable.
Well, because it was like I just I don't even know how to explain it, but they wanted me to like do teach her stand up. That was the bit, and then I said no, and then the producer was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to go golf. I like golf. If I'm not working, I want to play golf." So I was like, "Let's play golf. At least I can go hit balls." And because my days are so stacked, I'm like, it'd be nice to just go hit balls, and then she can do an interview like that if you want it somewhere. So they made a few phone calls, and we went to the range, and I was there like 40 minutes before her because she was late. So immediately when she was late, as I was hitting balls, I thought, I'm gonna puppeteer this whole interview. Like I'm gonna drive this entire thing. I just was making up my mind as I was hitting balls. I didn't think about it before then until that she was late. And when she showed up late and I started giving her shit about it, her response immediately put me in gear. It was like I didn't really do it. The universe was like, this is how this has to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just, as I thought about controlling the interview just to give her shit, she played into it very well. She played into it enough where I couldn't stop. I started once I started, I was like, oh, dude, this is what I'm going to do the whole time.
It was so good.
It was so fun to do, man. We're trying to do something else because I think, it's an interesting play the way she does it.
Yeah.
She did a good job. And she was mean to Bobby Lee.
Yeah, I saw that at tennis. Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to get her back a little bit. Like, I have to go there and defend you for her. Even though I talked shit about him to her, I still was like, just fucking with her a little bit. I felt like it was the necessary thing. We stand up for our partners, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see the one comment afterwards that made me laugh so hard? There was you said the funniest bit was when you were talking about your assistants and you're like, I pay the woman assistant less.
Yeah.
She's way better, but I pay her less because you have to. Someone commented, they're like, if women get paid less, they should have to pay less taxes.
No, I didn't see that.
And someone responded, they're like, yeah, that's how taxes work.
By the way, it's just the IRS commenting. It's an IRS bot.
Just so you know.
That is exactly
But
how
you
it
crushed
works.
that, dude.
Thank
That
you,
was
man.
so fucking fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. We'll figure some other stuff out. I just want to make more golf content, fun stuff, because to bring more fun to golf because of people's perception.
We have an idea that we've been floating around with that you might want to do with us. We're going to me, PFT, and Hank are going to eat an eighth of mushrooms, and then we'll have someone dressed as Toad in the foursome, and we'll just see how it goes.
Oh shit!
It's a big idea.
If you don't want to eat the mushrooms, you could be Toad.
No, I'd be down for the mushrooms.
Oh, okay, all right. Then
I'm more down for the mushrooms in golf than I am for Toad.
Yeah.
But I do think,
But just watching it just unravel.
I like that. I think to throw a wrench in that, you should have a lot of characters from
popping out of the woods.
Popping out of the woodwork.
Yeah. I think that's what we were saying initially was like we all get dressed up. The caddies all get dressed up. You're somebody in the Mario universe.
So I actually agree with this even more. I would love to do if all of us played a Mario character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be more fun if we're all somebody, because then you're going to embody the character.
Yeah, then
you have to
start
talk
doing
like
the
Luigi.
sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Triple bogey.
With Wario playing golf.
All right, so you're in.
I'm in.
We've got
for
you
sure.
attached.
Let's do
Perfect.
it. I'll do it. That sounds rad.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you,
Santino.
boys.
Andrew Santino is brought to you by Proper 12. It's St. Paddy's Day weekend. It's almost arrived. Proper number 12 is here to remind you practice makes proper. Proper 12 is brought to you by a true Irishman, Dublin 12's own, the notorious Conor McGregor. Proper 12 pays homage to Conor's Irish hometown roots, a rich and smooth blend of golden grain and single malt, aged 4 years in bourbon barrels. Anything else just wouldn't be proper. Pour the roar this St. Paddy's Day with a proper green tea shot made with smooth and rich proper Irish whiskey. Tell them I want a proper green tea shot. That's how I'm starting my St. Paddy's Day this weekend. On Saturday morning, we're going to be out on a boat. Hank and I hitting the high seas of Chicago, celebrating St. Paddy's Day.
Love it.
Die in the river.
Die in the river, and we're going to start first drink of the day. What's it going to be, Hank? A proper green tea shot?
Yep.
Proper green tea for the boys. Celebrating St. Paddy's with the original rich and smooth proper number 12 or new crisp and fresh Irish apple.
Okay, Fyre Fest of the week. I want to hear from Memes too, Fyre Fest.
Yeah, Memes is struggling.
You know what, Memes? Why don't you start with your Fyre Fest? So we did the 24 pancake challenge. Memes, you were the big loser. By the way, I was thinking about this morning. It dawned on me that we had the joke, like, no one cares about your fantasy team, and then we had dingers only, which was a lot of fun, and then we're like, let's just do all of them. I don't know if we want to do pancakes next year. I don't really know. I don't even know who was on my team.
I think you got to pick one guy.
It was untrackable.
It was untrackable.
I think
we played ourselves with this pancake league. 'Cause I was like, wait, can I even name one guy on my team?
Yeah, I picked all tackles.
Yeah, I think Jake had the right idea, which was draft just people that we know from the show.
Yeah.
But I think we do one person.
One person.
One person pancake league.
Just get all the pancakes. All right, so Memes, I left at like 11:30. You had like 7 pancakes left or hours. How did the rest of the night go? You just kept on saying there's no room. There's no room when we tried to get you to eat.
Yeah, so there was no more room left. And then 12:15 hit. I took a big bite, threw up.
Oh,
And
made
then
room.
Made room, and then finished the last 2.
Did you throw up on the live stream?
No, I had to run to the bathroom.
Oh.
I told you could pull trig at that point.
Yeah, he kept getting up, and everyone was like, "Don't let him puke." I was like, "I want to go home."
Yeah.
Puke is
I think that was
necessary.
fair. The eating challenges are always the same. it's always like in your head, you're like, that's not that hard. And then the minute you get into it, you're like, this fucking sucks.
Memes treated it the same way he treated the stand-up thing, which he was just like, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But then he got there. There was no plan of attack. He ate, 7 pancakes, hit a wall?
Mega wall.
Mega wall.
Hit 8. I mean, do you want me to do a eating competition to prepare for next time? Like,
Yeah, there is really no preparing for it. It's more the only preparation. The only preparation is to say this is gonna suck, and not I'm gonna eat it in 3.5 hours, and I'm gonna go hamburger mode and dominate. This.
Yeah, I think
He also might have drank 400 bottles of water.
Oh,
yeah, because it did make
Chat
you
was calling him the
thirsty.
water boy.
It did make you thirsty. I think the preparation next time is just getting mentally tough. Read The Art of War.
It was a banana. He kept just being like the banana.
The banana.
Banana.
It did
was
everything.
It was you and the strawberries.
Yeah.
You fucked him with the strawberries.
I think the strawberries were delicious.
No, I think
pancakes
he
were
was,
really good.
He was trying everything.
Yeah.
We're trying to get our boy, back.
I was willing to baby bird it. At the end, I was willing to chew it and then spit it into your mouth if that would help, because I was sick of just sitting there watching memes, being like, "Come on, memes, do something."
It's
Yeah.
also tough when you're watching, like, as I'm sure the viewers feel the same way. When you're watching someone with just one little pancake
Yeah, you're like,
in front of them,
easy.
like, just eat it.
Eat it.
Yeah,
But
we
when
were
you're on the
saying
inside,
that.
you're like, you can't. Like, my body's gonna explode.
Just eat it.
we're doing
I
the
was
hockey
like,
fan
"Memes, just
thing.
eat. Like, what if you just ate it?
Instead of shoot it, we were just like,
Yeah.
eat. Come on, it's right there. Just eat it. Mind over batter. You can do this, meme.
We were sitting on the couch being like, I never would have fumbled that ball.
No, easy.
So
Too
easy.
much
Just
pride.
hold on to the ball.
Just eat it. Memes,
What are you doing?
Memes, did you think about eating it?
I did think about eating it. The only regret was initially stopping after the 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough. So yeah, I like it was funny content especially because we had Max freaking out next to him while Memes was in hell. But I do think for future fantasy leagues, we have to do it where we can actually track it and care about it.
Yeah.
That was our mistake. The pancakes, we had no idea who won, how they were winning. The updates were just like, okay, Jake did a great job updating, but it was like, okay, I got 6 this week.
Okay, so a couple other ones we could do.
Touchdowns.
Touchdowns, that's easy to track.
Touchdowns are easy.
Just
Fun.
Yeah.
punt yards. Just everyone gets a punter. An injury league, you draft one guy that you think is going to get injured.
We also already have a competition during football season.
That's true.
Yeah, good
point. And we bet every Sunday.
Yes.
So there's really,
We don't need to replace this with anything.
Yeah, like I think Dingers Only was an idea that's going to last, because that idea is we want to learn more baseball players and we don't have anything really going on during the summer. So that one counts. But yeah, I agree. It is Pancakes Only might be a thing of the past.
And
Hank.
stand up.
And stand up. Hank.
Fyre Fest.
Yeah.
2 Fyre Fest, both minor, nothing crazy.
What'd you do with your tree?
I stored it in a closet. I made some space.
Oh, so you did have space.
Yeah, as you were kind of saying that to me, like kind of a light bulb went off. I had to move some things around. But it was good. It was I had been putting off basically completing my move into my condo, which I moved into in June. Like I got 85% in, and then I was like, all right, I'm good. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, eventually I'll finish this off. And finally I moved the tree, and then I was like, I'm doing it. I ordered some stuff. I ordered a chair, different rug, ordered those to my old apartment in Hoboken, which I realized today. And then I lost the remote for my TV in my bedroom somewhere.
Oh, you're fucked.
So 2 nights in a row, I've just been like, where the fuck is this thing?
Brutal.
Where the fuck is
It's
this
funny
thing?
to think that like Hank might have a lady friend over at the apartment. She's like looking for towels, looking to use a shower, and then she opens up a closet and a tree just falls on her.
Different closets, but yeah.
Of all the
There's-
Fyre Fests, losing your remote might be number one.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you feel so helpless, and you're like, I can't. What am I gonna do? You need to get it. You need to get on. I have all my TVs on an app now on my phone.
Yeah, it's like one TV. You think it's easy, and like sometimes I'll just put on like a golf video or something, and fall asleep, and then last night I got back at 2:30, and I was like, I'll just fall asleep. But then once you don't have the remote, you're like, I could just watch this and I'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
Then I was up to like 4.
That's brutal.
It's tough.
That's brutal.
You know what else is brutal? I'm going through this right now. My remote is out of batteries. And then I'm just
That one's easy.
I'm just too lazy to look for batteries. And then you do the thing. I've done the thing where
You have an Xbox controller nearby?
I don't, but you take the batteries out and then you like rub them in your hands real quick.
Warm 'em up.
I sat on batteries like an egg the other night. I was like a bird trying to warm up the battery. You put it back in, it works again.
Yeah.
So until I've lost all recourse, like trying to MacGyver my way into having electricity, I'm going to stay downstairs. I'm going to watch TV. And then once all other options have failed, then I'll go upstairs, find the batteries, and now new remote.
Yeah.
What about the TV you could put on your head?
Oh, no, that's in the office right here. I'm taking that back.
Yeah.
I have the same thing. I just keep going back and forth between my TV remote and my Xbox controller.
Oh, yeah.
And it is the most infuriating thing ever.
It is.
Because whenever I want to do the other thing, the remote is never in there.
And it's also extra infuriating when you realize that we live in 2024, and if you just went on Amazon, you could have batteries in like 4 hours. You could have enough batteries to last your life.
Yeah. I could order.
It's so easy.
You can order so many batteries on Amazon that you would get put on like a terrorism watch list.
Right.
And it's very easy to do. But until there's also something nice. I feel like I've gone out and like hunted for my own dinner when I'm able to like restore electricity to the battery real quick.
Yeah, I'm out of the like not having battery game, just because with all the toys for kids, we just have a drawer that has like 300 batteries.
Yeah.
You know what, Max, remind me tomorrow morning. I'll bring in some batteries for you.
The battery drawer.
Solve it easy. Okay.
Yeah, I literally live above a grocery store that has a million batteries.
It's easier for me to bring them in for you.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. I got you. No problem. Okay, PFT, your Fyre Fest?
Yeah, my Fyre Fest of the week. This is a weird one, but I've got a car filled with Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads that I'm trying to get rid of. So if anybody out there is interested in getting some,
I'll take one.
you want one?
Yeah.
Okay, $500.
What's the catch here?
There's
no catch.
There was a truck that got hijacked today.
So
all the commemorative Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads.
The Pittsburgh Penguins were having Jaromir Jagr bobblehead night tonight. For everybody that bought a ticket, you were going to get a bobblehead. And the truck got hijacked. And so somebody is holding these bobbleheads high. Or I actually think I allowed myself to wander a little bit on this one. I don't think the bobbleheads existed. I think maybe I think that maybe there were no bobbleheads. And the Penguins were like, fuck, it's bobblehead night. We forgot to order these things.
We forgot to order, yeah.
It's Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
It's Jesse Smollett night.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't have. Oh, yeah, the cops. We called the cops. They're looking into it right now.
Yeah, find those bobbleheads. So if they were real, because I like your theory, but if they were real, I saw a lot of people saying, imagine the guy who goes and hijacks a truck and thinking he's getting a bunch of TVs and it's a bunch of bobbleheads. I completely disagree. Yeah. Commemorative bobbleheads are pricey these days. People love that shit. I think that was a targeted truck to hijack.
1,000%.
Yeah.
When he just described it, that wasn't like a coincidence.
No.
That was a Pittsburgh superfan trying to recreate the town.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the it's the town.
Yeah, yeah.
it's like two Yinzers parked underneath the Heinz Field with just a truck. They're like, whose car we taking?
Yeah, and they just got it, and those will go for a lot of money. I think I saw a couple on eBay already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they were on eBay for like $300.
Yeah.
That's not. Listen, if these are fucking stolen bobbleheads, that price should be $3,000.
Yeah.
Like
this guy's going to make a lot of money off this.
It makes me want to buy one more, knowing that it's stolen.
Yeah. Stolen Jaromir Jagr bobblehead is something that I lust for.
Can you imagine if they did, instead of a bobblehead, it was just a bobble mullet? And just the mullet part of his hair bobbled back and forth, blown in the wind.
That would be cool.
That'd be sick.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, if they are real, we should purchase one.
Yes, agreed.
So if you're a listener, and chances are, I think probably the person that would hijack a truck of Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads is probably an AWL.
It might even be the dude who's like, I'll hijack this truck and I'll offer it to the guys and I'll get an internship.
Yeah. A free internship.
And let me say this: if you can produce 1,000 Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads, we will give you an internship.
Absolutely. If you can give us one of them, we'll
bring you in for
wait. We'll bring you in for an interview.
No, because that could be a lot of people could find it and buy one. We need 1,000.
If you're the guy that did it,
yeah, then you should be able to produce 1,000.
True.
Yeah,
True.
easy.
Okay.
Maybe even a picture of all of them. And then we'll start
definitely
the
not the
conversation.
picture.
No, we'll start the conversation. We'll start the
disaster.
conversation if you can get us the picture. We will not. You will not get a job or an interview if you get the picture. We start the conversation like, damn, that's a lot of bobbleheads. Boom, conversation over.
I want a picture of 1,000 bobbleheads next to today's Pittsburgh Sun-Times newspaper.
Yep.
Proof of life for these bobbleheads.
Okay. My Fyre Fest, before we do Fyre Fest, part of my cheesesteak is delivery and pickup only restaurants brand, bringing your craveable cheesesteaks and loaded fries. We're now live in all 50 states across 1,500 locations. Order now at pardonmycheesesteak.com. Also available on Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash. We had to talk really quickly about the Africa Bowl and the Pardon My Cheesesteak getting put on everyone's helmet, the sticker. Shout out Billy, shout out Donnie. That was incredible.
It was. Last Chance Uganda is a great series. It's some of the most compelling stuff I've ever seen. And credit to Donnie because everything that he does is awesome. But Billy was really the perfect person to bring on for this. And if you haven't seen the clip yet, there's an all-time clip of Billy in the aftermath. Let's just say Pete Prisco would not be happy with Billy.
Yes.
And the way that he reacted to losing a football game.
Yes.
All Donnie's series are great, and he always finds like the side characters and random people that are become the stars of the video. So that was kind of Billy in this one. And as I saw the clip of that PFT's talking about beforehand, it's unbelievable. And then I watched the whole video, and there's like 20 other moments from Billy in the video that are just jaw dropping. I don't even know how to describe it. He was like roid raging on the sidelines, yelling at the refs, yelling at Donnie. Like the crowd was laughing at him. They didn't know what was going on. His
He's
other players were scared of him.
Hank, he was passionate.
Cared about the guys.
No, it was great. It was Billy in his prime form. He gave a great pump up speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out Pardon My Cheesesteak and Billy and Donnie, the Pardon My Cheesesteak Africa Bowl.
But yeah, I was watching it just as a fan. Then obviously I knew the Pardon My Cheesesteak, but I got sucked up in it. And they're like, all right, we got ready. And then the boys started decaling all their helmets and cleats with Pardon My Cheesesteak stickers. And it was a very surreal, funny moment.
The Pardon My Cheesesteak sticker on the cleat, it was my cause, my cleats, but just for Pardon My Cheesesteak.
Yeah.
It was incredible. It was awesome to watch. I asked Billy about the clip of him crying yesterday. I asked him if he wanted to get in front of it, if there's any things that he'd like to comment, some additional context that he'd like to add to the clip, and he thought about it and he started crying again, thinking about the loss.
Well, he cried in the post game interview too. Like they were interviewing
which I like.
after the game, and he was like,
Yeah.
Listen,
it's not our fault.
You can Billy's got his detractors out there for sure. He's got some people that love him too. I personally love Billy, but there's no better Billy than when he actually cares about something.
Yes.
And he actually deeply, deeply cared about this game. And he ended up making great content out of it.
Yes, he did.
Amazing.
He did. Okay, my Fyre Fest is this is the first St. Patrick's Day that I'm back in Chicago since I retired from St. Patrick's Day, and I have the most FOMO possible.
You can just go out. Come out on the river.
I want to, but I just can't because then it's the time lost getting drunk because I know I won't be able to stop myself. And there's games on, and then
What if you
kids
just
waking
say you're
up
going
early.
to stream?
I'm gonna throw a weird idea out there, Big Cat.
I'd end up doing drugs.
There's this place that has sports and beer, and it's called a sports bar where you can do both.
Yeah, I know, but that's not it. It's not I can't watch. I know I could watch games somewhere. It's the fact that if I was like I'm going out for St. Patrick's Day, there's no stopping.
That sounds like
The only stopping is not going out. And I have FOMO because I used to love going out on St. Patrick's Day in Chicago. It was the best.
I don't believe it.
It was the best. Also,
I've planned out my entire Saturday.
I'm
gonna hit the river early, and then I'm gonna go to 2 bars, and then I'm gonna go back to my house at 2:30 in the afternoon. Order way too much food delivered to my house, and I'm gonna watch basketball.
it's the best. We used to do house parties in the morning, bars in the afternoon. Fucking best. Also, it's just March, and I just forgot because we stream all of NFL, and it's fun, and it's good vibe. March is war. Mm-hmm. It's war. It's just such a different feel to it than NFL's Sunday streams. We will be streaming all the games, so you can watch us basically nonstop the next 3 weeks. But I just forgot we did the pancake stream Wednesday night with the hoops, and I just forgot that it's Max had some moments where I thought he was going to kill himself or possibly quit. I had some moments where I was very upset. So it's just a reminder that if you're watching us, just remember that anything that's said between the white lines, we don't count. Max was apologizing to us after, dude, you don't have to apologize.
Immediately after the game.
This is a totally different beast. March brings out the worst in everyone in the moment. Once the game's over, there's no apologies necessary. We say shit we don't think or believe. We react.
My favorite was right after the Villanova game. Max just put his hand out and started shaking everyone's hand in the room, apologizing.
Yeah.
Like the second the whistle blew, it's like, Max, this is not our first time watching you watch sports.
Yeah, and you left the room for a little bit, and he turned to me and Hank. He goes, respectfully, like the most aggressive, respectfully ever. He's like, respectfully, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this tonight. Respectfully.
He stole my phone.
And then you came in, PFT, and you're like, who antagonized Max to get him to this point? And then Max just turned. He's like, "Fuck you, PFT." I was like, "PFT, you see, it's not. No one's doing anything. It's literally just he exists, and we exist in the same room as him."
Max looked at me. He was like, "Why are you standing up?"
Yeah.
I was like, I just came back into the room. I just walked into the room, Max.
So, but it's fun. So
You
tune
gave me a
in.
go back to where you came from at one point.
Yeah, they are my favorite streams. They produce just hilarious moments, and I want to give a disclaimer to everyone watching that if you're like, oh, these guys are assholes or mean to each other, yes, that might be true, but just know it's not actually deeper than that. It's literally in the moment.
You know what I love about March is it's like a series with all the different teams that you find yourself rooting for or getting, I don't want to say falling in love with. It's more like you have a bunch of one-night stands with a bunch of different teams that you deeply care about for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you just move on to the next one. But a really special game in March will have you thinking about that one team, and it'll make like a lasting memory for yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
Jelly
you
Walker.
remember when I rooted so hard for Marquise Noel?
Yeah. And the best part is to further that analogy, you'll like have an incredible one night stand with the team, and then the next day you'll bet them again and they suck, and you'll be like, what? Like it's like almost turning on the lights. You're like, what did I just do?
Yeah. Yeah. Like we bet on Missouri first half yesterday. It looked like they didn't know how to play basketball. I wish that there was a plan B for me watching that game.
Yeah.
Where I could just flush it out.
That was a tough one. I rode with you. That was a quintessential Wednesday night conference championship week. We're betting just because it's on TV.
Let's find
not
something.
realizing these teams are just the worst teams in the country.
Yeah.
They have not won it. Missouri finished the season without winning a conference game,
Yeah.
but they almost got that 33.5. All right, Jake, finish us off.
Yeah, also very excited the next few weeks. Best time of the year.
Yep.
When I was in Florida for the golf tournament, I went to the wrong hotel.
Oh,
They didn't have
mincy.
a reservation.
You mincied it.
Yeah, kind of. They sent an updated email saying they changed hotel reservations for us, and I missed that email.
Oh.
So, but it's all right. Learning experience.
So when you showed up, were they just like, this doesn't
you
exist?
just don't exist.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's March.
That's tough.
Everything
Yeah.
will be okay. I keep telling myself that.
It's March.
Max, we're taping this Fyre Fest in the morning. Do you want to leave a little nugget for the Villanova game? We'll obviously talk about it at the start of the show, so you already heard what happened, but let me just get your confidence level and maybe a prediction right now so that we can go back and laugh.
It was a disappointing year. It was a disappointing
Oh,
year.
it's over.
Yes. Very.
Wow.
Didn't show up in the Garden. It's a place where we have excelled so many times in the past.
Now I'm rooting for Villanova so we can be like, Max never believed.
Max is, you know what though? Max is slowly learning.
Yeah.
Slowly,
but he forgets it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He said last night afterwards, he's like, tomorrow, like talking about Marquette versus Villanova, he's like, I'm not going to get angry.
Low expectations, low pain. That's what I keep telling myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
so
see what happens when
It's
the
going to
ball's
be
tipped.
8-2 Marquette. You're going to be yelling.
Yeah.
I feel like you will have assaulted Rico.
Yeah. That's it.
The Rico factor is
Yeah.
a real problem.
Dude, Rico has reached the point where like it's rent free now, Max.
Yeah.
Rico's rent free in your head.
It just bothers me that like he just had.
Your head is an open house.
No, what you say, Max, is correct. It does bother me as well because he just has every
Max's
team.
head is a
When it's your team,
Max's
when it's
head
your
is a
team, it's-
library.
He roots for every team.
But
when it's your team that he's rooting against for no reason, it irritates
and
you. But
he'll just
Yeah,
text
actually,
me out
you
of
made
the
a
blue.
Twitter video at him this week.
I did. I
Rico kind of owns this whole podcast.
he does.
Besides me.
Listen, Rico's he's a content machine, and he's a guy that you either love or you hate. Sometimes
Most
both.
powerful phone in Northeast.
Like it's one thing if like me and PFT are going at it about like the Eagles
Right.
Commanders, like
Right.
those are our teams. But the fact that if you were to look at our text messages, it's only Arizona Diamondbacks against the Phillies. Like he's a diehard Diamondbacks fan.
Yeah, you can't like. I never feel bad about like needling you during bad games for your teams is because I've been in that seat many times. Game 7 of the World Series, Cubs Indians. Dave came dressed up as Steve Bartman. Oh no, he had Game 6. He was Steve Bartman. Game 7, he had a full Indians uniform. So it's like I wouldn't do it if I hadn't been in there. Rico's not been in there. He doesn't have a team. He has every team.
Yeah. No. Yes.
All right.
He doesn't care about anything.
He cares about phone numbers. Okay.
Rico's definitely jacking off to this.
Yeah,
segment
no,
right
this
now.
we just did everything for him. All right, numbers. 40.
Look at oh, I'm gonna come. Oh, it's a great group of kids.
3.
Max, what's your number?
20.
Oh, okay.
18.
Max and I have been in a little war, just
8.
going back and forth with our numbers.
Aaron Rodgers has denied being a Sandy Hook truther, so that's good.
What
Salute
was
Aaron Rodgers.
what was all right? So 8. What's your number, memes?
3.
Okay, I will take. What was Yager? You was 68. I'll take 68.
99 pug.
Oh, there he is. Four.
What? What
Memes.
memes?
He's got 3.
Yeah, 3.
But that really isn't.
It's
That's
not-
not closer
it's not
than
any
any other
closer,
number.
yeah.
No, somebody told me to pick 4.
Oh,
Oh, right. I
brutal.
forgot about
Brutal.
No memes.
it was a girl on a dating app. She matched with him and said, "Hey, you don't have to match with me, but pick 4."
Oh, memes.
Oh, I think I have to take her on a date now.
Yeah, she's your future wife.
This could be the start of like the most beautiful relationship of all time. Memes.
This could be the start of a script that PFT and I one day pitched to Hollywood that they laugh at and they're like, no.
Yeah, they stick a shove a stick of
How
dynamite.
are you
up her ass.
guys?
Somebody would make it.
Yeah. Okay. See everyone Monday.
Love you guys.